We are live at CollectCo for Wednesday night's Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know because we need to know if you're watching or not. So, welcome. Thank you. Let's get this shared. Copy link. Let's also go ahead and hit share in our group. We have some fantastic, unbelievable, crazy, wild records to show you with a lot of new vinyl. A lot of new vinyl tonight. Big new vinyl tonight. Major new vinyl tonight. Let's see. And let's do $7 unlimited shipping. Why did Colin just ask no show tonight? Of course we're having a show tonight. Let's see. Let's do here, and here. And let's see, probably because I just posted a flip video, which I did that intentionally. Let's see. Let me close this out. And let me go over here. All right. And let's go through this crate here. Let me go over here to this crate. That's new arrivals. What am I trying to do? Let's go over here. So welcome everybody. Please go ahead and like our post. Please go ahead and like our post. Let's see. I'm going to put this, and I'm going to put, we are live. We are live right now for Wednesday night show. All right. And did I make any kind of, let's see. Yeah, I did make a hot post for tonight, didn't I? Let's go back over here to the group. I've made a lot of posting. I can't keep up with it all. Simply cannot keep up with it all. Let's see. I did make a hot picture, though, for tonight. I thought I did. What happened to the one with, like, the grid of pictures? Let me go here first. There it is. Alright, now we are live now. Okay. Let's go live now. And last is YouTube and Instagram. Okay, so let's go share, copy link, and let's go over to Instagram, and let's go live now, story, link, live now. Okay. Your stories. Now, let me pull up my comment thread, and I'm officially ready to start the show. Happy Wednesday. That takes about 5 minutes for me to do all that every night, but I'm glad we're ready now. So let me go ahead and show you what's going on. We've got new vinyl. We're going to have to go straight into it as well. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 crates of new vinyl. I repeat, we have 7 crates of new vinyl to go through. I hope you're ready. Paul's got us vintage new arrivals up here. We're also going to be doing buy it now, best offer. We got new Japanese auctions. We still literally have to unbox them, but we're going to be doing that. And when I say they're incredible, they're incredible. I don't know if we're going to get through everything tonight because we got so much to show. If not, it'll carry over to tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to have an incredible sale. We're going to be auctioning some very high-end stuff tomorrow, along with I've been working on some crates. Tomorrow night there's going to be some Chad crates. I know y'all familiar with Paul crates and John crates. I've been working on 1 crate for 2 nights. That's how incredible of albums we have. I've been working on 1 crate for 2 nights almost. So really good stuff. I actually just posted a flip video for that crate. I just posted a flip video for it, so I wanted to go ahead and have that rolling. There's also records in there. I got a photograph for the hot picture. So If y'all are ready, I am. We have first Billy Idol, the very best of Billy Idol. This came into stock this week. It's $33.99, the very best of Billy Idol. It's a 2 LP, all of his greatest hits, $33.99, the very best of Billy Idol. And there was a waiting list for Mr. Billy Idol. Where are you, Mr. Billy Idol? There we go. The waiting list for Billy Idol, or I guess the pre-sale list, was Jerry Stone, Darren Wortman, David Howard, Jason Jarnigan, Stacey Brown, John Smetzer, Jason Daub, Thomas Bowman, Michael McDowell, John Miller, Troy Robinson, Terrell Boatnight, Jason Kenton, Marco Martinez, Lily McCurry, Rebecca Barber, Aram Lazelle, Scott Beebe, Todd Tipton, Jason Fornerat, Webster Vance, and Ann Davis Manginelli. That is the very best of Billy Idol, $33.99, the very best of Billy Idol. Also, Susie and the Banshees is $33.99. From the Cradle Bars, live at D. Nui Kade. I think I just butchered that, but you will hear me say that a lot. That's a live unofficial from Holland, 1981, $33.99. Susie and the Banshees. Wendy Pierce wants a very best of Billy Idol. That's sold to Wendy Pierce. I've got about 4 left. Also, Pearl Jam, Riot Act. Pearl Jam is back in stock for $44.99. Pearl Jam Riot Act is $44.99. Also, Cash, American Recordings, Volume 4. Cash, American Recordings, Volume 4. There was a waiting list for that. I believe it was Thomas Bowman. Where are you, Cash, American Recordings? Boy, we got a lot of waiting lists. We got 4 pages of waiting list and pre-orders. Johnny Cash, American 4. Thomas Bowman, I've already got one pulled for you. If anybody else wants one, that is the 2 LP Johnny Cash, American Recordings that has Hurt and Personal Jesus and The Man Comes Around. That is $49.99. Paul Brothers also wants a Billy Idol. I don't think he was on the pre-sale, Paul. It doesn't look that way. $33.99 for Billy Idol. So Billy Idol, Susie and the Banshees, Pearl Jam, Johnny Cash, and back in stock is Journey's Greatest Hits, Volume 1 and Volume 2. These are $49.99. Journey's Greatest Hits. There was a waiting list for Volume 1 and Volume 2. Jason Fornerat, he's already got him a Volume 1 and a Volume 2. I've got one more Volume 1 and one more Volume 2. Journey's Greatest Hits is $49.99. Also, Evanescence Fallen is $29.99. John Lang, I'm going to have to show Marilyn Manson in just a second. Please be on standby. Evanescence Fallen is $29.99. Evanescence Fallen is $29.99. And The Cure, Happy the Man. Because here's what's going to happen, John. When I show Marilyn Manson here in a minute, there's going to be a bunch of comments. So I hope you're watching. I have to do it that way, though. The Cure, Happy the Man. This is a live unofficial from 1984, $39.99. There was a waiting list for that. Cure, Happy the Man. That was James Bragg and Jason Kenton. James Bragg and Jason Kenton. That is Cure, Happy the Man. That's a live unofficial from 1984. 2 LP, $44.99. Legion Leaf. This is a new release. It's a fantastic album. We talk about it all the time. I'll talk about it. John talks about it. Paul talks about it. This is a new UK import of Legion Leaf with Sandy Denny, $39.99. What Susie? Fred Carnell. That was Susie and the Banshees from the Cradle Bars, live, $33.99. That's a live concert, unofficial, from 1981. Also, new release from Sun Ra. This is called Sun Ra Standards, and I guess that's like a compilation. Sun Ra Standards. That's on gold-colored vinyl, limited to $529.99. $29.99. Also, new release. It was at the top of the pre-sale list, and that's The Hives, The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons. That's on exclusive cream vinyl. I don't know a lot about The Hives, but this was number 1 on our main distributor's pre-sale list for this week, $29.99. New York Dolls, Dawn of the Dolls. That's limited edition pink and black splatter vinyl. New York Dolls, Dawn of the Dolls, $31.99 for the New York Dolls. And I went ahead and saw these in stock. This came out earlier this year. Start Your Ear Off Right. Earlier this year, Yes did Yes Fragile, clear vinyl, $31.99. And that is a gatefold new release from Yes from earlier this year. I can't tell you how great this sounds. You have to see for yourself. It's on clear vinyl. It sounds incredible. Also, an awesome job on the jacket. Very nice, $31.99. Fred Carnell wants Sun Ra. That's the only copy I had of that. If anybody else thinks they want one, please let me know. Look, Pressed at Palace. Pressed at Palace. Some of these, Tanner, I might have you set aside so we can show again later. This will be the first one because I have a feeling we'll have more of those people, more people wanting to buy that. So whenever I go back through some recapping, we'll definitely need to show those. Also, Danzig, Luciferi 777. They have made this on like 5 different colored vinyl, but we sold out of the other one, and this is a new release. Butterfly splatter. It's like black, and they like put red on the end to make it look like butterfly wings. Interesting. Never heard of that. But Danzig is $31.99. The new Danzig that I did a pre-order for, the new Danzig comes out next week. Scott Smith wants on the waiting list for Sun Ra. I actually may just keep this right over here because this is pressed at Palace, and it's a gold vinyl, limited to 500. I hope I can get more, but I only have one on hand. That's already been claimed. We'll put Scott Smith on a waiting list. Also, the Music Roots of Yes Revolution. I saw this. I really didn't know what it was. It's $33.99. The Music Roots of Yes. I don't know if it's actually, let's see, these are rare recordings, golden pieces of songs and pearls of the individual Yes musicians recorded from 63 to 70. So yeah, this is Yes, kind of Yes. It's evidently rare recordings and golden pieces from the individual Yes musicians from 63 to 70. And I ordered 5 and I could only get 1. And I kind of want to keep it for myself. I am a Yes fan and it sounds very interesting. I've only got 1. That is $33.99. Also, the new De La Soul. There's 2 new De La Souls from the rest of their catalog. This one's called Artificial Intelligence Mosaic Thump. $36.99. 2 LP, new De La Soul. $36.99. They're finally getting to the rest of their catalog. That's the next one, $36.99. Sorry, I'm already on water break. Next is Jason Isbell, Southeastern. Jason Isbell is $28.99. We had some people ask about Jason the other day, and we pretty much had none in stock. We actually had 0 in stock. King Cobra, new album, We Are Warriors. New album from King Cobra on splatter vinyl, $31.99. King Cobra, also George Lynch and Jeff Pilson. Lynch and Pilson, Heavy Hitters 2, silver purple splatter vinyl. That is $31.99. $31.99. Also, De La Soul, AOI Bionics. I don't know really how to say that. AOI Bionics. I don't know if that's OI or AOI or something. $36.99 for that. Also, we have The Smiths. This is the self-titled Smiths album. This is back in stock as a new pressing. $31.99. They've done the rest of the Smiths albums lately. That is $31.99. And also, new Elvis, Aloha from Hawaii via satellite. The 50th anniversary. This did originally come out in 1973. 50 years later, here we are. $44.99. Elvis, Aloha from Hawaii via satellite. Very cool hop sticker. It looks just like some of the OG hop stickers on that one. $44.99. That's now 50 years old. Hendry said test. Hendry, I'm glad you did because the comment section, I'm worried if it's working or not. Is anybody alive out there? Let's do a test comment. Make sure everything's working. I'm like either everybody's asleep on me already and we just getting started, or we have a whole bin here of fantastic new arrivals that making sure everybody's awake. Can we get some test comments? I need to see some thumbs up, something, at least get the algorithm moving. Maybe we need to hit the thumbs up on the actual post too. What in the world? We got way too much stuff to go through. Like 7 or 8 new crates of vinyl. We got like 7 or 8 new crates of vinyl. We got new vintage stuff. I'm about to start running some auctions. I've got to have y'all typing every 30 seconds. I need to see claims just boom, 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 just all night long. I'll take it. Sold. Elvis, Smiths, Susie and the Banshees, this, that, sold. That's how it needs to look all night long. Just all night long. Just claims left and right. Okay. Stacy says you're overwhelming me. You probably will be tonight, especially if you like new vinyl, OGs, Japanese auctions. Same thing for tomorrow. Did you get any Mammoth 2? We got 15. They're all gone. I have an extensive wait list, but those are out of production. Chris Kirkley wants a Yes Fragile. That's so to Chris Kirkley. Thank you for all the test comments. Scott Smith wants the George Lynch. We're going to tag that, and then I'm going to keep it right over here next to me if that's okay. Tanner, I'll have to ask Tanner permission. Can I keep this over here so I can show it again, Tanner? Tanner said he guessed so's. Okay. I don't have any Shinedown. I need to put that on a waiting list, Thomas. And Ryan Anderson wants New York Dolls. Thank you. That's what I was waiting for. Some claims. Ryan Anderson, New York Dolls. I'm buying with a budget. Oh my gosh, that's the worst thing you can do. Ryan Anderson on New York Dolls. Chris DiLorenzo on a Billy Idol. That's sold to Chris DiLorenzo. The new King Cobra is called We Are Warriors. That's new from King Cobra. Also, very cool compilation here. This is called Eccentric Northern Soul. This is $28.99. Northern Soul, very good stuff. Dance music, rare 45s. This is a compilation of Northern Soul music, $28.99. If you went out and tried to buy all these original 45s, that is thousands of dollars. You can have this compilation for $28.99. $28.99. That's Colin Butler, sold on Northern Soul. I have one extra, and we did get a restock of Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire. And Tony Barrara, you was on a waiting list for that. I've got 3 extras to sell. Tony's already claimed Rage. Tony, I've already got one pulled for you. You're fast, but I've already got one pulled for you. And Tool Stranglehold. This is a live Tool unofficial from the Kalamazoo concert. $38.99. $38.99. Just look at Northern Soul. Yeah, Northern Soul. So Northern Soul is a genre of music. It's mostly underground soul music, mostly by black American artists that never did really hit the mainstreams. Colin, I do have an extra one, but this one's sold to Colin. If you never listened to Northern Soul, it's the most collected, I guess, or let me rephrase that. It's the most desirable and the most valuable genre of music on vinyl, Northern Soul 45s. If you get on eBay and just type in Northern Soul, highest first, you'll see records selling for thousands and thousands of dollars. It's almost all, there's no Northern Soul albums really. It's just obscure, rare soul music, underground, mostly by unknown black artists, and it was really popular in Europe in underground dance clubs. Very interesting if you're not too familiar with it. Some of the most valuable and expensive records I've ever sold have all been Northern Soul 45s. We have Troy Robinson on the Northern Soul compilation. If anybody else wants one, let me know. I'll probably have more this week. Okay, so let's go through the first crate one more time. Troy says you sold me. Troy, you'll like it. If anything, go to like some kind of streaming service and do a Northern Soul playlist, and you'll really like it. Tony Barrara also wants Tool Live. Tony, I was waiting for you to claim that. Now, if you're just joining us, this is our first crate of new vinyl. It's incredible. Let's go through this one more time. I'm about to get some auction started. I'm down to 2 copies, so we've sold almost 30 copies this week of the very best of Billy Idol. This is number 29, and that's number 30 if we can sell these last 2. First time I've ever had this. It's a 2 LP, very best of Billy Idol, and I think y'all know how he sounds and sells on LP. He sounds great on vinyl, and he sells great on vinyl. That's the very best of Billy Idol, $33.99. Also, Pearl Jam, Riot Act. Pearl Jam is $44.99. Riot Act, Cash, the American Recordings, is $49.99. We got Pearl Jam back in stock. Haven't had that one in a little while. Thomas Bowman, I've already got one of those pulled for you. Also, Journey's Greatest Hits, Volumes 1 and Volume 2, $49.99, 2 LPs. Evanescence Fallen, featuring You Bring Me to Life, $29.99. The Cure, Live Unofficial, Happy the Man, 2 LP, $39.99. Legion Leaf, Fairport Convention is $39.99, Legion Leaf. Also, Susie and the Banshees is $33.99. The Hives, that's a new release, The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons, exclusive cream vinyl, $29.99. New York Dolls, Dawn of the Dolls. Whoever asked about this, New York Dolls, pink and black splatter vinyl, $31.99. Got 2 copies of Yes, Fragile left for $31.99. Also, Danzig is $31.99. Danzig is $39.99. Luciferi, that's on red and black vinyl. The Music Roots of Yes, $33.99. De La Soul is $36.99. Art Artificial Intelligence. Walt Cruz wants the New York Dolls. Sell that to Walt Cruz. Also, Jason Isbell Southeastern, $28.99. King Cobra, We Are Warriors, $31.99. Another De La Soul, $36.99. The Smiths is $31.99. Elvis, Aloha from Hawaii via satellite, $44.99. And Rage Against the Machine, $31.99. That has Bulls on Parade. I'm going to go through one more crate of new vinyl before I put up our first crate of vintage, and I've got new vinyl as well. That was crate number 1 of 7 of new vinyl. And yes, for those asking about pre-orders on a lot of stuff like Ceremony, Marilyn Manson, Ace Frehley's. Those are all in. We wasn't allocated on anything this week. We got all the pre-orders. There's seven crates of new vinyl, and we've already pulled 4 crates of pre-sold records. So let's go through this one more time. All right. We have Ceremony, The Cult on blue and red vinyl, 1991. First time this has been on vinyl probably since 1991. This is $39.99. The Cult Ceremony. It's on blue and red vinyl, 2 LP, $39.99. If you don't have one already, let me read you that pre-order. When I saw this was available, I knew this was going to be a big deal. The pre-order was Walt Cruz, Darren Wortman, James Bragg, Tracy McFadden, Jay Condi, Jamie Butler, John Sheehan, Rebecca Barber, Todd Tipton, George Buchanan, Brian Bramlett, Chris Kirkley, Wayne Heat, Jerry Stone, and John Ambrosic. And that was The Cult Ceremony on red and blue vinyl, 1991 album. Walt Cruz, Darren Wortman, James Bragg, Tracy McFadden, Jay Condi, Jamie Butler, John Sheehan, Rebecca Barber, Todd Tipton, George Buchanan, Brian Bramlett, Chris Kirkley, Wayne Heat, Jerry Stone, John Ambrosic. I have those still available. The Cult Ceremony, $39.99. Those are in. Also, Pearl Jam, Jammin' Down South. That is live at the Fox Theater, 1994 on red vinyl. Pearl Jam is $36.99. Mark Querum, you was on a waiting list for that. Pearl Jam, Jammin' Down South. I have one more left on red vinyl, $36.99. Haven't had this in a while. Batman Forever, music from the motion picture, and that is on blue and silver vinyl, $39.99 for Batman Forever, $39.99. Autumn Betts wants Pearl Jam, Jammin' Down South. That is sold to Autumn Betts. King Kong versus Godzilla, the original motion picture score, $33.99. John Duran wants Batman. Also, Chris Lorenzo wants a Cult. And let's put Darren Wortman down for a Pearl Jam, Jammin' Down South waiting list. Colin Butler wants King Kong versus Godzilla. I only had one of those. We have a restock of Billy Idol, Rebel Yell. If you don't want his greatest hits, then there's just Rebel Yell. Jason Fornerat, Mark Stropes, and Paul Brothers was all on a waiting list for that. So those are back in. Billy Idol's $28.99. New release, Jerry Garcia, Might As Well, a Round Records retrospective, a collection of Jerry Garcia's most beloved solo studio recordings. That is $36.99. Jerry Garcia, there was a waiting list for that. Pre-order, Brian Hummel, Sherry Darnell, and Kenneth Jank. I've got 2 extras if anybody wants them, $36.99. Also, all 3 of the new Ace Frehley's are in. This is Ace Frehley. Gotta be careful with his last name. Ace Frehley. Space Invader. This is featuring the hit singles Gimme a Feeling and The Joker. Limited edition, 45 RPM on clear and tangerine. All of the new Ace Frehley's are on colored vinyl. This is on clear and tangerine colored vinyl, $44.99 for Ace Frehley. Let me read you the pre-order for Space Invader. Ace Frehley, Space Invader. That was Scott Corcoran, Todd Tipton, James Rayner, John Lane. John Lane got 2 of them. Jerry Stone, Brandon Jackson, Brenda Medina, Scotty Hops, Ron Duffield, Greg Bruck, and Rich Bernstein. That was the pre-order for Ace Frehley, Space Invader. Also, Colin Butler wants a Jerry Garcia. Mark Lent wants a Jerry Garcia. Tom Hedge said just paused. Not for sure what that means, but if you're trying to buy something, just let me know. Metallica, Don't Tread on Me, Nothing Else Matters. The Sebastian, let's see here. What's his last name? Sebastian Remix. I think there's a name after Sebastian. But Metallica is $19.99. Jim Aston also wants a Jerry Garcia. Jim, if it's okay, I'll put you on a waiting list for Jim Aston. I'll put you on a waiting list for Jerry Garcia. Might As Well. Let's put him on a waiting list for that. Tony Barrera on Metallica. I have 1 extra if anybody else wants one. And the Godzilla soundtrack. The Godzilla soundtrack is $33.99. Godzilla soundtrack is $33.99. Mike Tonetti also wants Metallica. Craig Ruth and Shane Devers. I'll add you on the waiting list. That's Don't Tread on Me. Don't Tread on... Hold on a second. Let me get this title right. Metallica, Don't Tread on Else Matters. Sebastian Remix. I thought it was Don't Tread on Me. That's I'm kind of confused now, the actual title for that. But that's sold to Tony Barrera, Mike Tonetti, Shane Devers, and Craig Ruth on a waiting list. Paul Brothers wants an Ace Frehley Space Invader. All right, that was crate number 2 of new vinyl tonight. That was mostly Ace Frehley, and the Cult. Let me go through those one more time. The Cult, that was their 1991 fifth album, contains Sweet Salvation and Wild Hearted Son. That is $39.99. We have Billy Idol, Rebel Yell, $28.99. Ace Frehley, Space Invader, $44.99. Also, Godzilla soundtrack, that's the OG Godzilla, $33.99. Sherry, there's really no more Pink albums in print. Unless there's a certain one you want me to back order. I just ordered Misunderstood. But if there's a certain one you want me to order, let me know, and I will back order it for you. And it may come in, it may not. Let's go ahead and go through our first crate of vintage stuff for tonight. We've got some REM. I don't know if Mark Fallon's watching. If he's not, he's about to miss out. But we've got REM and Talking Heads albums up for auction. I've also got some Devo to auction. Probably, let me see where the Cure is. Yeah, I got some Cure. And, yeah, let's go through this first crate. Who was this? This was, okay. Yeah, y'all are going to like this first crate of vintage. This is a Paul crate, and it's probably a lot of it going to be sold. So I hope everybody's ready. Let's go ahead and get our first auctions rolling. If you haven't already, please take time to share our feed. If you're on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up button. That's all you got to do. Just hit the thumbs up button. That tells YouTube that you like our video and you recommend it. And maybe if somebody else, you know, I get recommended videos all the time that are, excuse me. I get recommended videos all the time that's record related on YouTube because I watch a lot of record videos. And not only that, I hit the thumbs up. Literally, when I like something, I hit the thumbs up button. That way I get recommended other record videos. How about some Devo and shrink wrap? Devo is very close to near mint minus. We've went ahead and put EX on it. This is Dio Freedom of Choice. It is in shrink wrap. It has the original inner sleeve. And of course, this has Whip It on it. This is probably by far their most commercially successful album. Girl You Want's also another big hit song on there. Devo's in shrink wrap. It's a $30 start. It has the original inner sleeve. Very clean vinyl for what it is. We've went ahead and graded it EX. Very nice copy in shrink wrap. $30 start. And we have The Cure. The Cure is VG Plus. This is also a $30 start. The Cure is 12-inch single. It has 2 tracks that's not on an LP. So this is 2 12-inch singles with 2 tracks that's not on any of their LPs. And this is Fascination Street. Also a $30 start. 1989, The Cure. And that's 2 tracks not on LPs. $30 and $30 start on that. Let's go through this crate one more time as soon as I take a drink of water. We have some incredible Japanese stuff tonight. I don't know if we're going to get through it all or even get started on it because we have other auctions, but great stuff. New vintage arrivals. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. EX condition, $17.99. Orchestral Maneuver, excuse me. OMD, let's abbreviate. The Pacific Age. That's EX condition, $17.99. Randy Travis, Storms of Life. Randy Travis is a VG copy for $14.99. Also, Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. Miles Davis, this is obviously a Columbia Jazz Masterpieces reissue because it has a different cover. But this is a 1987 remaster. The spine is busted. The spine's busted. The vinyl's VG Plus. That is the Miles Davis classic album, Kind of Blue. Also a gold stamp promo on the back. Dio Holy Diver, VG minus condition, $14.99. For Dio Holy Diver, VG minus $14.99. Sex is My Business, a fax special release, 1960. Interesting. VG $19.99. This record is not available in record stores. I don't really know what this is. Sex is My Business. Let's see. This is the result of actual interviews with prostitutes, homosexuals, pimps, and Johns. Wow. That's a controversial record for 1960. VG copy, $19.99. Colin Butler on Dio Holy Diver. That is sold to Colin Butler. Also, Spotted Pony by Carol Haskell. This is VG Plus, $14.99. Private Press Folk Country. Private Press Folk Country. That is VG Plus, $14.99. Was there a cure? It is. It's called Fascination Street. VG Plus condition. Looking for a $30 start. Also, Devo's a $30 start in shrink wrap. So Colin got Dio, and Colin is also going to get Sex Is My Business. Those are both sold to Colin Butler. Also, Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Dawn. We already had a sex record, and now there's tonight's Nightly Nudity. A nice pair is VG $24.99. This is the Piper at the Gates of Dawn and A Saucer Full of Secrets. Pink Floyd's first two LPs. That is VG $24.99. George Clinton in shrink wrap. VG Plus $21.99. In shrink wrap, George Clinton. You shouldn't nuff but fish something. VG Plus $21.99. VG Plus $21.99. Waiting for the Hard Times to Go, Jim Ringer. That is a VG copy for $9.99. Allem Die gets to George Clinton. That's sold to Allem Die. The Doors is the Red Label VG copy, $19.99. The Doors self-titled Red Electra label, $19.99 for The Doors VG copy. Sonny Boy Williamson, More Real Folk Blues. Sonny Boy Williamson is a 1966 mono promo. Wow, a mono promo VG condition, $29.99. The label says DJ copy. That's Sonny Boy Williamson. Junk Culture, Orchestra Maneuvers in the Dark. Junk Culture is EX condition, $17.99. Yaz, You and Me Both. Yaz is EX condition, $17.99 for Yaz, You and Me Both. Also Prince, Purple Rain, OG with poster, EX condition, $36.99. EX condition, $36.99. Also has the original inner sleeve. Mike Massey on Yaz. Final call if anybody wants to get on the Cure or Devo before I make them $30 buy it nows. Michael Thrower, also first on Prince. And we have Ultravox Vienna. Ultravox is EX $19.99. Denise, you were second on Prince. The Beatles 65. This is in mono. It's a VG copy, $22.99. It's a 64 Pickneyville mono. VG condition, $22.99 on the Beatles 65. Born Free, Frank Ifield, speaking of the Beatles. 1963 UK mono, VG plus condition, $9.99. That's a 63 UK, Frank Ifield, VG plus, $9.99. Incense and Peppermints, the Strawberry Alarm Clock, VG condition, $16.99. And George Harrison Extra Texture. George Harrison is VG for $12.99. Curtis Mayfield, his early years with the Impression. Curtis Mayfield's VG plus $24.99. And Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. Nice. You're all I need to get by. That's a VG copy for $14.99. Devo is a $30 buy it now. If anybody wants in on Devo for a $30 buy it now, you can have it. It's got the original inner sleeve with it. Crack that whip it in shrink wrap. That's sold to Toby Graham for $30. And The Cure is also a $30 buy it now. This is Fascination Street. That is a sold to Mike Massey. I knew those would sell. I was just waiting for somebody to either bid or buy it now. I knew they would sell, though. Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. We have Mom's Apple Pie. This is the uncensored cover. Mom's Apple Pie is a VG copy for $14.99. Wayne Carr is first to the Marvin Gaye. Sean, you were second to The Cure buy it now. Nancy Griffith, Once in a Very Blue Moon. Nancy Griffith is a VG plus $14.99. And Boston, Don't Look Back. Boston, Don't Look Back. VG condition, $16.99. Original orange epic label. Nina Simone at the Village Gate. Very cool. On Colplix. That's a 62 mono. VG minus $14.99. All right, our next two auctions are Talking Heads and REM. These are going to be $45 and $40 starts. The Talking Heads is a 1980 Winchester with the original inner sleeve and lyric insert. And the REM is an 86 Allied OG. It has, I'll show you what I need to mention in just one second. But first, the Talking Heads is a $40 start. Remain in Light, featuring the song Once in a Lifetime. So this has the lyric insert and the original inner sleeve. That's a $40 start. Very nice copy. EX on the vinyl. That is now up for bid for a $40 start. And Life's Rich Pageant by REM. So this is one of those records where the pressing has a piece of paper almost into the dead wax right here. See that? It's almost where like a piece of paper got pressed into the vinyl. Paul has test played it, and he says when you test play it, it has one track that creates just a click for just those few seconds when it goes through there. So just FYI on that. REM Life's Rich Pageant is a $45 start. Okay, $45 start on that. So back up to the top, we have Cure, and Denise Harrison. Actually, Ryan Christie said Boston if that's their first album. It's not their first album, so I'm assuming you don't want it. That means it goes to Denise Harrison. Denise Harrison gets Boston. We have Sarah Long wants Nina Simone. That's so to Sarah Long. And the Essential Lester Young, VG Plus, $12.99. Hazy Shade of Winter, The Bangles from Less Than Zero, 12-inch single, VG copy for $12.99. Also, this looks very strange. It's VG Plus, $34.99. It's a rare Greek punk compilation. A rare Greek punk compilation. I definitely can't read that. I don't know what that says. It's in a completely different language. VG Plus, $34.99. Mike was first to the Bangles, but he's actually going to pass and give that to Scott Fish. So Scott Fish, you get the Bangles. Jack Hewitt, you were second. Ryan Anderson wants, Mike Massey first to the Great compilation. Ryan Anderson was second. Toby Grimm's at 40 on the Talking Heads, going once, going twice. REM is a $45 start. This is a new release from George Lynch and Jeff Pilson. That's silver and purple splatter vinyl. It's called Heavy Hitters 2. If anybody wants on a waiting list, it's $31.99. We already sold the copy we had. Beach Boys, Friends. Beach Boys is a VG minus for $19.99. 68 Los Angeles Press. It has the song Little Bird on it. That is $19.99. Frank Sinatra, Come Back to Sorrento. Frank Sinatra is a VG Plus, $9.99. Also, Saturday Night Fever is VG Plus, $17.99. The OG Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, VG Plus, $17.99. Gallian on the Beach Boys, that's sold to Glalian. Also, Bob Seger Live Bullet, the classic live album, VG minus, $11.99. Jim Anstant wants the Frank Sinatra. That is sold to Jim Anstant. Young, Gifted, and Black, Aretha Franklin. That is EX, $34.99. It's a 72 Richmond pressing from Aretha Franklin. Also, Steppenwolf Gold, their greatest hits. EX condition, $16.99. Denise Harrison on Bob Seger. That's sold to Denise Harrison. Also, Old Favorites, 24 rock and blues of the 50s. The Clovers, Jimmy Reed, the Drifters, the Spaniels. That is a VG compilation for $11.99. The Beach Boys, Summer Days. It's a mono pressing, a 65 Los Angeles mono press. VG Plus condition, $27.99 on the Beach Boys. Jethro Tull, Aqualung. The top seam is split. The vinyl's VG minus. It does have the lyric insert with it. $12.99. Final call on Talking Heads. Toby Grimm has this for $40. It has the original inner sleeve and the lyric insert. Very nice cover, insert, and inner sleeve. The vinyl's EX. And final call, if you want to bid on REM for $45, it has a little flaw on the first track that creates a click just for a couple rotations when that goes through that. Other than that, it's a near mint minus record. Astro Sounds from Beyond the Year 2000. Good Plus, $24.99. It's an original 68 US press. Side 1 has some skips. Otherwise, the record plays very well. I saw this laying in the back, and I knew it was a pretty desirable record. It was just down in a crate, and I went ahead and pulled it out and left it for Paul to price today. Astro Sounds from Beyond the Year 2000 from 101 Strings. That's Good Plus for $24.99. Jimmy Shearis, or Shearis maybe, Isle of View. That's VG Plus, $9.99. Paul has put Greatly Underrated Psych Folk Artist, VG Plus, $9.99. And also, we have Erasure, The Chains of Love, their big hit single. That's EX condition, $9.99. And the Motels Shock. The Motel Shock is VG Plus, $11.99. Talking Heads is sold to Toby Grimm for $40. If anybody wants REM, it's a $45 buy it now. I have a feeling somebody will be on standby for REM. Also, no bids on our first 4 auctions. Maybe we should stop auctioning stuff. Erasure is sold to Alan Hevelone. That's sold to Alan Hevelone. Scott Fish, you were second on that. REM is a $45 buy it now. Let me recap this bin right quick. Just joking. I'm going to continue putting up auctions. Let me see if I can find the next one over here, which is going to be Oingo Boingo and UB40. These are going to be $40 and $20 starts. Oingo Boingo is a $40 start. It's near mint. It's a really nice copy of Nothing to Fear. It's an OG Indianapolis press. Oingo Boingo, Nothing to Fear. $40 start on this. It has the original inner sleeve, and the vinyl is near mint minus. That is a $40 start. Oingo Boingo, Nothing to Fear. Also, UB40, Rat in the Kitchen. UB40 is a $20 start for Rat in the Kitchen. It also has the original inner sleeve, and that's a $20 start. Ryan, you didn't like Wishbone Ash? I like Wishbone Ash. Oingo's a $40 start, and UB40's a $20 start. So let's recap this bin one more time. Orchestra Maneuvers in the Dark, the Pacific Age. OMD is EX $17.99. Randy Travis still available. Storms of Life, VG copy, $14.99. Kind of Blue, Miles Davis, VG Plus condition. The cover has some issues. That is $16.99. Spotted Pony by Carol Hassel. That is VG Plus $14.99. Private Press Folk Country, VG Plus $14.99. Gideon Whedon on Randy Travis. I was about to say, I think when we go back through this crate, there'll be several things sell, like Pink Floyd, a nice pair. That's only $24.99, VG condition. Jim Ringer is a VG, $9.99. Also, The Doors, self-titled debut album, a VG copy, just $19.99. Sonny Boy Williamson was a 66 mono promo, $29.99 for Sonny Boy Williamson. Another Orchestra Maneuvers in the Dark. That is just $17.99, EX condition. Ultravox is still available, Vienna, EX $19.99. The Beatles 65 is VG $22.99. Born Free, Frank Ifield. That is a VG Plus $9.99, and that is a 63 UK mono. Incense and Peppermints, the Strawberry Alarm Clock, is VG $16.99. George Harrison Extra Texture is VG $12.99. Curtis Mayfield, his early years with the Impressions, VG Plus $24.99. Mom's Apple Pie Uncensored cover, VG $14.99. Also, Nancy Griffith, Once in a Very Blue Moon. Nancy is VG Plus $14.99. The Essential, Lester Young, VG Plus $12.99. Saturday Night Fever is VG Plus $17.99, 2LP soundtrack. Kenny wants SAC. SAC was, what was SAC, Kenny? And also Craig wants CM. CM was Curtis Mayfield. Kenny, what was SAC? And we have Aretha Franklin, Young, Gifted, and Black, EX $34.99. Steppenwolf Gold, their greatest hits, EX $16.99. Old Favorites, VG $11.99. Strawberry Alarm Clock, SAC. Never seen it abbreviated like that, but I know what you're talking about now. That's sold to Kenny Heathcock. Also, the Beach Boys Summer Days, VG Plus $27.99. Aqualung was VG minus $12.99. Astro Sounds, Good Plus $24.99. Jimmy Shearis, Olive View, VG Plus $9.99. And the Motels is VG Plus $11.99. If anybody wants these for buy it nows, Oingo Boingo and UB40, $40 buy it nows and $20 buy it nows on those. $40 buy it nows and $20 buy it nows if anybody wants Oingo Boingo or UB40. Let me go ahead and grab our crate of our newest new vinyl. I've got new releases. I've got restocks. Let's go through. Let me just go down this whole pile. We got a lot to go through. I guess I'll start here. Sometimes I really don't know where to start with some of these because there's so much of it. A lot of waiting list. John Duran put old. Now I just got to figure out what that is. Dylan says he'll take UB40. UB40 is sold to Dylan Weishaupt for $20. Mom's Apple Pie. Mike says, what the hey? And Old Fashioned from that crate. There's several comments, and I really don't know what's going on. But I do see a comment for old. And let me figure out what that was. Old Favorites, maybe. Old Favorites. John Duran gets Old Favorites. And that is... So, Old Favorites, I knew what that was. I got UB40. Chris wants to know how much was Mom's Apple Pie. Chris Wood Sr., Mom's Apple Pie was a VG copy for $14.99. A VG copy for $14.99. And then Mike McGinnis and Tyler, if those are claims, just let me know. If anybody wants Oingo Boingo, it's a $40 buy it now. It's over here with REM, 2 auctions on no bids. Michael Marth says he'll take Mom's Apple Pie. We'll make sure Chris Wood Sr. doesn't want it. If he doesn't, then it's sold to him. Okay, we have a restock of Led Zeppelin, the complete BBC Sessions box set. $214.99. This is the complete expanded one. It has 5 LPs, 3 CDs, 8 previously unreleased performances. It is the full deal, 44-page book. That is $214.99. Gideon, yes, you did get Randy Travis. A restock of Tool Lateralis. That's a 2 LP Tool Lateralis picture disc, $44.99. Tony Barara, you was on a waiting list for that, so I did get more of those back in. And Tool Lateralis is $44.99. That's a 2 LP, new and sealed. I didn't realize I was sold out of that, but I was. There's 2 more if anybody else needs more. S&M, Metallica S&M 2, 4 LP, orange colored vinyl, orange marbled vinyl with 16-page book. That is $74.99. Metallica S&M 2, 4 LPs. Led Zeppelin, The Lost Sessions, the BBC broadcast 1969. I think this is just a more watered down BBC broadcast if you don't want the complete official box set. This is an unofficial on red vinyl, $39.99. Led Zeppelin, the BBC broadcast. That's an unofficial. Also, Tool Fear Inoculum. This is $76.99. Tool Fear Inoculum, $76.99. David Howard says he'll take the Led Zeppelin on the red vinyl. Patty, well, it's supposed to be red vinyl. If it's not red, David, it's gray. It may be gray. I see the sticker and I want to say red because it says colored vinyl and the sticker's red. It may be red or silver. And Patty, if you want on the waiting list for that, let me know. And if anybody wants the actual box set, let me know for sure. Here's another Led Zeppelin unofficial. This is the Texas International Pop Festival from 1969. Texas International Pop Festival. That's also a colored vinyl unofficial for $39.99. Neil Young Harvest Moon, $36.99 for Neil Young Harvest Moon. $36.99. Patty is going to take this one, and let's put her on the waiting list for the one we sold David. So Patty gets this one. Neil Young Harvest Moon is $36.99. Tool is $33.99. That is Undertow. Tool Undertow is $33.99. That is a 2 LP remaster. OGs of that, very difficult to come by. Very difficult to find. I've only ever had one. While it's almost the top of the hour and I see that we have most people on for the night, let me show you our group. We're going to share a link right now. I want to make sure everybody watching is in our group. It's called Whole Lotta Records, if I can get to it. Our group is called Whole Lotta Records, and we have posted some amazing pre-orders today. The biggest news of the week and probably the month and possibly of the year is going to be the reissue of the rest of the Van Halen catalog that has never been repressed before. So Van Halen, 5150, OU812 for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, Balance, and I also think there's a bonus disc with it. That is being reissued for the first time. I think we've got almost 100 pre-orders. I don't have the information yet from my distributors. They can't release it until midnight. I know Amazon and everybody else can already got it up for pre-order, but we'll have it available tomorrow morning officially. This is $134 right now. Right now, I've advertising it as $134.99. If you're not familiar with Whole Lotta Records or you didn't see this post already, that will be probably one of our biggest sellers of all time. The rest of the Van Halen catalog being released as a box set. And I was shocked to see that price. I was thinking it was going to be like $200 retail. $135 for those 5 albums? That's a very shocking price. I'm very glad they was able to get it at that price point because that is amazing. Because, I mean, y'all are familiar. Those 2 albums right there, if you tried to buy both of those right now, you're talking about $1,000 for nice near mint copies or sealed copies. If you definitely want to buy everything there on the table in near mint condition, US OGs, I don't think the FUCK album, I don't know if it was even released. I don't know if it was even released in the US. That's a very difficult album to find. I think I've only ever had 1 or 2. But yeah, that will definitely set you back some cash if you want to buy original presses of those, especially Balance. I think y'all saw what one brought here before. We sold one here for, was it right at $1,000 or over $1,000? So for $135, make sure you get on that. I've got other stuff to show you, but I'll do that in just a second. Okay, next is we have the last bin. Can I get Carol Haskell? You can. You can get Carol Haskell. You can. Let me pull that for Lisa Montgomery. Spotted Pony. Lisa, this is so to you. Thank you. All right, so I'll definitely be posting the official The official pre-order for that will be, but that list, that's already an ongoing list. That's already an ongoing list. Okay. Did they ever make a Roth collection? Yeah, it was exclusive through Walmart. They did a Van Halen, but all those albums are in print. I can sell you any David Lee Roth album you want. Van Halen 1, 2, Diver Down. Those are all in stock. You can buy those. You can buy those for years. So Tommy Green said he paid $600 for Balance. Yep. I've sold a couple before. They're not cheap. Tool Undertow, $33.99. And for whoever asked, Brian Case, why isn't my post being approved? Right now, I've got 380 pending posts in Whole Lot of Records. I cannot approve everything. I try to approve some, but I kind of just go through. I approve random posts, and not everything gets approved. That has nothing to do with anybody. I have to make sure our posts get top priority because I created that group to sell records and also where our customers could share their purchases and cool stuff. So I have to be very selective with what I approve. I usually decline any kind of like meme or shared something. I have to be very selective. We have almost 50, we probably have 50 posts in there a day, and I try to only keep it to like 10. We did notice some people have left the group. I was going through the Marilyn Manson pre-order, and we had a couple people leave the group, probably because they see way too much in Whole Lot of Records. So we have to be very careful how much I approve in there. So it's just kind of luck of the draw. That was Lisa Montgomery. Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny, $31.99. I try to approve everything some mornings and some nights, but I can't approve everything. I hope you understand. The way algorithms work, I have to make sure that our posts take top priority. Neil Young, Chrome Dreams. The debut release of the legendary 1977 Lost album. This is unreleased Lost album from Neil Young. 12 classic Neil Young songs. $54.99, 1974 to 1976 studio recordings. Features 2 previously unreleased versions. 4 tracks never before on vinyl. 3-sided double album. Etching 4-side. Look how big this sticker is. Mastered from the original analog tapes. That is a huge source sticker. This is definitely from the original analog masters. $54.99. Astro Creep 2000 Live, Rob Zombie, $31.99. For Rob Zombie's Astro Creep 2000 Live, $31.99. Marty Robbins. This is Gunfighter Ballads. It's just on a different cover. This is limited edition color vinyl. That is the Gunfighter Ballads. Like that is what the original cover looks like. That is $24.99. Joe, you was on Neil Young, and so was Sherry Darnell. Yes, Neil Young, those 2 Neil Young albums laying in front of the crates right there, Tanner, are Joe Barrios and Sherry Darnell's. Metallica, In the City of Brotherly Love. That's a live unofficial for $39.99, and we did have a waiting list for that. Metallica Live in the City of Brotherly Love. The waiting list for Metallica was Brian Tyler. Tommy Flowers wants a Marty Robbins. And we have one left. That is on red vinyl. Live Metallica unofficial, $39.99. Primus, Tales from the Punch Bowl. Primus is $33.99, Tales from the Punch Bowl. Joy Division, live unofficial. Live at the University of London Union, February 8th, 1980, $31.99. Also, Pearl Jam by Neural is $39.99. Erasure, that is $29.99. That's called The Innocents by Erasure, $29.99. And never had this before, Lindsey Buckingham and Christine McVie, $31.99. That is called just Lindsey Buckingham and Christine McVie. Buckingham and McVie, $31.99. $31.99. All right, let's go through that crate one more time. I've got a lot of really cool new vinyl to go through still. That was crate number 3, and I've got 4 more to go through of new vinyl. Wow. So Led Zeppelin, we have the BBC Sessions, $214.99. Tool Lateralis, $44.99. Metallica S&M 2, $74.99. For Metallica S&M 2, Tool Fear Inoculum is $76.99. Neil Young Harvest Moon, $36.99. Tool Undertow, $33.99. Tenacious D, $31.99. Neil Young Chrome Dreams, an unreleased album from Neil Young from 1977, and it was recorded in 74 to 76. I think that's incredible. It's a complete unreleased lost album from Neil Young. I look forward to listening to that. That'd be like if Led Zeppelin said they had an album they never did release in 1976 and it's coming out. Could you imagine? That would be incredible. So if you're a Neil Young fan, that's probably that's an incredible find. Astro Creep 2000 Live, Rob Zombie, $31.99. Marty Robbins is $24.99. Metallica, $39.99. Primus is $33.99. Joy Division is $31.99. That's a live unofficial. Pearl Jam Binaural, $39.99. Erasure is $29.99. And Buckingham and McVie, one sold to David Howard. I have one left. Let me go ahead and go through a crate of, let's see, I guess to keep it balanced, I've been doing 2 crates of new and then 1 crate of vintage. Let me go ahead and go through another crate of new releases. Let me see what I've got over here. Let me see what I've got over here. Let me lay these right up here. And this is big news. So let me go ahead and show this. Probably have a lot of claims on what's left. Let's go ahead and show it. This is Marilyn Manson, Mechanical Animals, $69.99. Mechanical Animals, Marilyn Manson. Now, I don't know the full story on this to give you a diagnosis, but from what I understand is this album was recalled like this morning. It was recalled and canceled this morning, meaning if the distributor had sent these out, that's okay. We can sell them. But I think this is done. It's a cutout, like Craig just said. They're done. And, of course, y'all know how Marilyn Manson stuff is already. We already have a huge pre-order for it. So let me go ahead and show everybody who got one locked in. I'll go ahead and show you what I have. I don't know if I'm getting any more. So we'll probably have a waiting list tonight. So we'll see what happens. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I got 12 extra to sell. So let me read everybody who's already got one from the post. I've turned off comments on the post, but this is Marilyn Manson. Now, like I said, I don't know the full story, but I just know that this is done. And it wasn't, I was surprised to see what it was originally supposed to come out to begin with. Dwayne Sevilla, John Ambrosic, Rebecca Barber, More or Less, Danny Czar, Jeff Dedman, Steve Howe, William Simmons, Cameron Porter, Heather Perry, James Bragg, Jared Benoit, Tracy Miller, Manuel Ruiz, Lanny Davis, Sarah Long, Kevin Blackfox, Kevin Driver, Terry Watts, Rudy Salazar, Todd Tipton, John Garande, Richard Blanton, Matt Algram, Robert Lynn, Ron Duffield, Kim Gahan, Jen Neifer, Chad Holder, Terrell Lassiter, Scott Smith, and Chad Duggan. And a few of those people were this morning, I think, when the news broke that this title was being recalled or whatever. So a little bit of drama this morning around this title. So all I know is I was lucky to see that I got my shipment already, and I don't know if I'll be getting any more. That's kind of unknown right now. So here's everybody who's going to get one right now. These are, by the way, they're $69.99. They're $69.99. Marilyn Manson Mechanical Albums. Terry Myers, David Sweevil, John Lang, Jeff H., John Duran, Ryan Anderson, Brian C., and Shane Devers. Let me go ahead and pull those out. I stopped at Shane Devers. Next was Mike Langford, Scott Fish, Jerry Stone, and Jamie Butler. Jamie Butler. That's where I stopped right there. And I'll take down those other names. Autumn Betts, Edward Star Wars, David Polkey, Denise Harrison, and Scott Smith, and Sean McNeil. I'll take down those 6 names, which was Autumn Betts, starts with Autumn Tanner, Autumn Betts, Edward Star Wars, David Polkey, Denise Harrison, and Sean McNeil. So let me, I counted 5 that time. Let's see here. Autumn Betts, Edward Star Wars, David Polkey, Denise Harrison, Scott Smith wanted an extra one, and then Sean McNeil. So I don't know. I pre-ordered them with a lot of different people. That's the only shipment I've got so far. So and that was the original pre-order price. And the reason it's $70 is that was an import from the UK. As you see, there was a lot of, that's why that was $70. That was a UK import. That was a UK import for that. Okay, so there went all the Marilyn Mansons. Hopefully there's more. We'll find out. If you're on that waiting list, you may get lucky, or we may not ever have that title again. And before that, as y'all know, the last version of that was in stock, or I guess when I posted that pre-order, the cheapest one of those you could get in the U.S. was like $280 at the time of me posting that. So that's why people were definitely on board at $70 because at the time, the cheapest official press was $70. Bootlegs aren't, I mean, I've auctioned some bootlegs of that album for over $100. We've auctioned bootlegs or counterfeits for over $100. So, okay, there's Marilyn Manson. Mudvayne LD50. Mudvayne is $39.99. Mudvayne LD50, $39.99. Mudvayne, and let me figure out who was on a waiting list for that. We had one person on Mudvayne. Where are you? Did I copy that one over? I thought I did. Let's see. Mudvayne LD50. That was $39.99. I can't remember who was on the waiting list, but whoever you are, I've got you pulled. Also, I was going to post this in the group as a restock alert. I'm going to show it now, and I may still post it later. But this is Lindsey Buckingham, the best of Lindsey Buckingham. A 6LP career embracing collection compiled by the artist himself. Studio and live versions of Buckingham celebrated and essential songs and performances and unreleased music. $124.99. 6 LPs. 6 LPs from Lindsey Buckingham. Somebody asked the other night, does Lindsey Buckingham have a greatest hits? He doesn't unless you buy this, which is a 6 LP solo anthology. So that's the best of Lindsey Buckingham. $124.99. Also, U2 Octung Baby, $34.99. U2 Octung Baby, $34.99. We was waiting for more of those to come in. That, by the way, that's pretty much an on-sale price at $34.99. The waiting list for Octung Baby was, I got so many, it's hard to find all these. Tyler Browning. Tyler Browning, I've already got one pulled for you. U2 Octung Baby. Silverchair Freak Show. Limited on yellow and blue marbled vinyl and includes a poster. Silverchair is $39.99. Eric Church, Desperate Man. Eric Church is $26.99. Lamb of God, Wrath. We had a waiting list. James Bragg on that, $39.99. There's the LD50. It's below the Lamb of God. Mudvayne LD50, Eric Storbeck on the waiting list for that. Paul Brothers is going to get the Lindsey Buckingham box set. We got one Lamb of God, not Lamb of Goth. Silverchair, Frog Stomp, 2 LP, $49.99. Also, Promise, Animals Should Not Act Like People. Promise is $28.99. We have Annihilator, Allison Hill. Annihilators on red vinyl for $39.99, Allison Hill. Jackal, self-titled, music on vinyl, $39.99. A new Pearl Jam, we haven't had this one. Jammin' on the Home Turf, 1995 self-pollution radio broadcast from Seattle, $36.99. And we have Bob Marley, Burnin', Half-Speed Master. This is pretty much an on-sale price at $33.99. Bob Marley, Burnin', $33.99. Jerry, I don't think so. The Donnas only have those 2 albums that's coming out, and that's it. Let's make a note for Troy Robinson. LL Cool J album. Excuse me. We will check on that for you, Troy Robinson. LL Cool J. Brandon Jackson on Pearl Jam. We're going to make a note for that. And Alam Die wants Bob Marley. Those are sold and sold. Okay, so we have Jackal, Annihilator, Promise, Silverchair, Lamb of God, Eric Church, Silverchair, U2, and Mudvayne LD50. All right, chipping away at all the madness of new vinyl tonight. Let me go ahead and go through our next crate of vintage LPs. Paul's in the back right now working on more as we speak. So he's got this next batch here, and then he's in the back. He got stuck in Nashville traffic on the way here, so normally by now he would probably already have a couple crates priced and gone. Doesn't he have? Isn't this Wednesday? Does he have his radio show tonight? I forgot to ask him. Have his radio show tonight on Wednesdays? He usually does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I hope he hadn't forgot. Might have been. You need to go by there and be like, Paul, have you forgot about your radio show? Oh crap! It must be canceled or something tonight, or maybe he called in. I don't know. He might have had somebody relaying for him. Tanner's heading to the back. If Paul's running out the door, then we know what happened. If so, he's going to be late because I think it starts at 8 o'clock. So, show was at 9. Well, if it is, he better hurry. any Ultimate Sin Japanese pressings. No, sir. I do have some great Japanese stuff. A lot of it I haven't got to advertise or promote yet, but I will go ahead and start putting some up for auction. Wow, let me read you some of these titles. This is the Japanese bin. Ace Frehley. Actually, I just need to show it to you. That way y'all can do requests. Check out some of these Japanese titles. Let me set this off to the side. We're going to start trying to show some of these tonight. I'm going to get through what I can, but we just literally got these from Japan. If you see anything you want to go ahead and run tonight, I will. I was going to save a lot of this for tomorrow, but we're here now. I've put up 6 auctions and nothing's really got any bids tonight, so I'm kind of worried about our auction block. We need to warm it up. Ace Frehley, Duran Duran, Billy Idol, Jeff Beck, yes. This is I Don't Know, Loudness, Elton John, Genesis, The Police, Kiss, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Elton John and John Lennon, Boston, ELO, Godfather, Star Wars, Led Zeppelin, Jaws, Van Halen, Whitesnake, Rainbow, Fleetwood Mac, Journey, Tears for Fears, Kiss, yes, Janis Joplin, that is the Rolling Stones, yes, Blondie, Rat, Bob Dylan, Whitesnake, Rat, Aerosmith, Kiss, Wasp, Elvis, and Yngwie Malmsteen. Now that is a crate of greatness in Japanese. Let's go ahead and go through this next crate of vintage LPs though. Let's go ahead and go through this crate right now. We have the following. Elvin Bishop live, Raising Hell. Elvin Bishop is $16.99. Also Blondie, Auto American. Blondie is $24.99. Blondie Auto American. Susie and the Banshees is $29.99. This is a promo. Dear Prudence, $29.99. Susie and the Banshees. Great crate of new vintage stuff here. Zooberry Jam, KZEW 98 FM with inserts and stickers, $14.99. Looks like a radio station compilation. Also, Kitaro, The Light of the Spirit. Kitaro is $14.99. Le Mystery des Voix Bulgaris, recorded in Bulgaria by Marcel Collier. That is $17.99, 1987 US white label promo with insert. $17.99. David Ondernock, Close Call, $9.99. And Culture Club in shrink wrap and hop sticker, $24.99. First is Craig Thomas. Craig Thomas on Susie and the Banshees. Mike Massey, you were second. We have a request to auction Whitesnake. We have a request to auction Aerosmith. We have a request to auction all of them. We have a request for Yngwie Malmsteen. We have a request for Whitesnake and Kiss. Edward Star Wars was first on SB. That was Susie and the Banshees. So Edward, you were third on that. Terry Watts wants to know the Rat Dance Japanese price. That will be auctioned. We're probably going to start at around 55, and it will probably bring between 55 and 100. And we have King Crimson, Lark's Tongues in Aspic, 1973 PRC, $29.99. We have on a note Killer. Joan Armour Trading, The Key, $12.99. And Big Science, Laurie Anderson. Big Science is $14.99. David Ruffin, At His Best. David Ruffin is $12.99. And Satan. This is Cruel Magic, $29.99. Steel gray colored vinyl, $29.99. Next comment was Thomas Hujar on LA, which is Laurie Anderson. Ryan Anderson, you're second. All right, let's get some of those auctions started. Let me set the crate where I can get to it, probably over here on this table, so I can see it a little bit better. The first couple requests were the last 2 records in the bin, or the last couple records, Whitesnake and Aerosmith Live. So let's get these started. These are going to be $55 starts, and they're absolutely very nice. I haven't had a Whitesnake slided in Japanese press in a while. $55 start, and this is near mint and pristine Japanese vinyl. Super nice. This is Whitesnake slided in. $55 start. We also have the Japanese inserts and the solicitation form. There is the 2-page Japanese flip. Very nice. We have the lyric insert. There's the solicitation form. Very nice cover to be a black cover. It shows almost no signs of wear. Very nice. Whitesnake is a $55 start. Also, we have Aerosmith Live Bootleg. I'm not for sure if I had this ever. If so, it's been a while. And they're usually kind of beat for some reason. And it's just, I don't know, maybe it's be this release. But This is also a $55 start, Aerosmith Live bootleg. The vinyl on that is near mint and pristine. And take a look at this. It has the poster with it. Has the Aerosmith poster with it. Live bootleg. There's the 2 LPs. There's the Japanese 2-page flip. There's the other Japanese insert. And that is a $55 start. So Obi is also very nice. Very cool Japanese Obi on that. Both of those are $55 starts. Tracks on Zoo for Alan Jonathan. Tracks on Zoo. That was the Zooberry Jam, Alan Jonathan. Zooberry Jam has Liberation, Hummingbird, Karen Bella, Uncle Rainbow, Synthesis, The Bee's Knees, and Pyramid. And the name of those songs are I Am Down, Sing a Happy Song, Lonely Texas Midnight, Kingdom Come, Odyssey, The Drifter, It's About Time. That's $14.99. Next comment. John Mintzmoyer wants the Satan LP. That's sold to John Mintzmoyer. Rudder Butter made a request to auction Elton John. Does the Whitesnake have John Sykes or the Mickey, Moody, Bernie, Martin version? Joseph, what you just said is well over my head. I have no idea. Chris Wood Sr. is at $55 on Aerosmith. This is sealed, $9.99. Mass. It's ambient drone electronic, $9.99. Whitesnake is a $55 start, Jared. Chicago 9, I believe. Chicago 9, yes, $9.99. Also, Captain Beyond, live in Miami, 1972. Captain Beyond is sealed and it's on blue vinyl, $24.99. Chris Wood Sr. has Aerosmith for $55. That's going once, going twice. Going once, going twice on Whitesnake if you want to get a bid in before I make it a buy it now. James Bragg first on Chicago. Jeff Crowell was second. Silver Spurs Orchestra. This is $9.99. Silver Spur Orchestras. What happened? The English Beat, Gold Stamp promo. The English Beat is $19.99. John Lang's at $56 on Aerosmith and Whitesnake's at $55. Hootie and the Blowfish. This is a 2007 reissue, $49.99. Now I wonder why this one's so pricey. Because we have new sealed ones. This must be a better mix from 2017 maybe. I'm not for sure, but it's $49.99 and that's comparable to Discogs. Aerosmith 56. Craig Thomas wants the English Beat. Craig Thomas was first. Craig Johnson was second. Aerosmith 57. Walt Cruz, you were third on the English Beat. Psychedelic Furs. Forever Now. The Psychedelic Furs is $29.99. $29.99 for the Psychedelic Furs. Edward Star Wars wants Hootie and the Blowfish. That's sold to Edward Star Wars. Also, Head Count Imprint Test Press. Hardcore, $24.99. Genre, that's hardcore, $24.99. Whitesnake 56, Whitesnake 65, Aerosmith 57. Tuning, Defining the Purpose. That's white or blue vinyl, sealed, $26.99 on Tuning. Also, John Prine Common Sense, $29.99 for John Prine Common Sense, $29.99. Very clean looking copy. This is Herb Craft Trash Heap. Psych is the genre, $14.99. Whitesnake 65, Aerosmith 59. This is, I don't know, the artist is Initiate, hardcore, clear with purple splatter, $39.99. Aerosmith is now at 60, Whitesnake still at 65. Prince is $44.99. Extremely nice vinyl, Paul has put. 1982 Allied pressing, $44.99. $44.99. Over, Sick Transit Gloria Mundi EP. Over is $24.99. Whitesnake's now at 66. Pet Shop Boys is $44.99. It's a full LP with a bonus 12-inch. Pet Shop Boys is $44.99, excuse me. White Lightning, Fresh Air. White Lightning is $9.99. Also, Roxy Music, The High Road is $16.99. And this is Black Heart Man, Bunny Wailer. Bunny Wailer. It does have some cover damage, no condition notes on the vinyl, $24.99. All right, so Whitesnake, we's at 65. Aerosmith 59. Aerosmith 60. Whitesnake 66. Whitesnake 70. Nikki Cox, first on the Prince, 1999. Also, condition on Pet Shop Boys. It is near mint. The no condition notes on the vinyl, very nice. The cover, also very nice. Looks like there's a little bit of sticker residue right there. Other than that, that's it. And that is $44.99. $16.99, and that's Pet Shop Boys. David, that's yours if you want it. Dylan Weishaupt gets the Bunny Whaler, and Kevin Hughes wants JP. That could only probably mean John Prine. If so, that's so to Kevin Hughes. So Whitesnake's at 70. John Lang is at 60 on Aerosmith. That's our high bid, 70 and 60. Going once, going twice. Mal Waldron, Blues for Lady Day. Mal's Waldron is $16.99. Ride 3. This is not a safe place. This is $21.99. Condition of the furs. Yeah, I can't believe no one claimed that yet. The psychedelic furs. No condition notes on the vinyl. Super nice. Yep, that is near mint minus, and the cover is nothing wrong with it. VG plus or better. Actually, there's one little ding back here on the back. One little ding on that. Kevin Hughes says, yes, that was on Prime. John Lang's out on Aerosmith. Whitesnake 71, now 75. $26.99. This is a single from 1997. Who was this? I forgot about this one. Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode. Mike Massey knew what it was before I didn't even pay attention to that. I took a picture of it and everything last night. I knew it was good. Mike Massey on Depeche Mode. Patrick was second. Wahoo is $9.99. Wahoo is Berkshire. Wahoo is $9.99. So Depeche Mode to Mike Massey. Patrick was second. The Furs is $29.99. Pete Weisgarber wants Roxy Music. We also have Leslie Uggams, A Time to Love. $16.99 for Leslie Uggams. Also, Mingus in Europe, Charles Mingus, is $29.99. It's a 1981 German mono. We also have Rush, Exit Stage Left, $49.99. Wow, very nice. Exit Stage Left. David Hughes says he'll take the Pet Shop Boys. LZ condition. Henry, we don't have a Led Zeppelin in here. George Ellis says he'll take the Psychedelic Furs. That's so to George Ellis. Let me find that. What happened to it? Psychedelic Furs, right there. That's so to George Ellis. David got the Pet Shop Boys. Genesis Nursery Crime is a 80s UK import on Blue Hatter label. Wait a second. Let me see what that looks like. Blue, Mad the Hatter. That is Charisma label, $24.99. All right, so update on Aerosmith. I think John Lang was out, so that means Aerosmith is at 61 with Chris Wood Sr. John Lang's out. Aerosmith is going twice, going 3 times. Aerosmith going twice, going 3 times. Whitesnake slided in. Whitesnake slided in is high bid on that. Whitesnake is at 75 with Jared Benoit. Let me read the tracks on that. That's Gambler, Slide It In, Standing in the Shadow, Give Me More Time, Love Ain't No Stranger, Slow and Easy, Spit It Out, All or Nothing, Hungry for Love, and Guilty of Love. That is the track listing. It's a near mint. Those are both very nice near mint Japanese pressings. Okay, James Bragg was the next comment on Genesis. We have Jeremiah, you were second on Genesis. Is that a Ride LP? Yes, Ride 3. This is not a safe place, Edward Star Wars. We have Skyhooks, $11.99. Ego is not a dirty word. Skyhooks. Explosion. James Wells is $14.99. White Label promo. And Led Zeppelin, Bonzo's Birthday Party, 1 LP, $49.99. Paul believes this was originally released as 2 LP, but that's a vintage original Led Zeppelin bootleg. Bonzo's Birthday Party. Bonzo was the nickname of the drummer John Bonham. $49.99. Alan Heavalone on JW. That was James Wells. Sell that to Alan Heavalone. Patty wants the Led Zeppelin. Edward, Ride 3. That is $21.99. It's a 2 LP from 2019. All righty. So we're on final calls now. Aerosmith, Chris Wood Sr., $61. Final call. Whitesnake, $75. Jared Benoit, final call. Great crate of new stuff here. We're going to go through some new vinyl next. And Edward said sold on Ride. Fantastic new vinyl. Also, I want to show you 2 no bids, which was 2 of our better vintage records for the night, are still available. Oingo Boingo is $39.99 and REM is $44.99. Those are available if you missed them or been waiting for those and you missed them. Those were shown earlier. Those are buy it nows. Oingo Boingo and REM. Elvin Bishop Live, Raising Hell, $16.99 for Elvin Bishop. Blondie Auto American is $24.99. Blondie Auto American. Also Kitaro, The Light of the Spirit, $14.99 on Kitaro. Les Mistake des, I don't know how to say all that, but that is recorded in Bulgaria by Marcel Cellier. Marcel Cellier. $17.99, 1987 US on that. Oingo Boingo is an OG. Yes, it's an Indianapolis press, near mint. Surprised no one's bought it yet. Aerosmith is sold to Chris Wood Sr. for $61, and White Snake is sold to Jared Benoit for $75. Those are sold and sold. Okay, if you missed it earlier, I was reading off some incredible Japanese auctions. Let's go ahead and do the rat because somebody else asked about that. There's a couple rats in here, and we got some Kiss stuff, starting with Ace Frehley. We got Kiss albums, and we got some solo albums. First is Rat, Dancing Undercover. We got premium Japanese auctions tonight. This is Dancing Undercover by Rat. $55 start. It is near mint and pristine. Japanese pressing with the obi. There's Japanese insert number 1, and it also has the Japanese 2-page flip insert. Everything else in there is extremely nice. Very nice copy. Rat, that's a $55 start. Dancing Undercover. And Ace Frehley, Frehley's Comet, also a $55 start. Haven't had an OG of this in a while. This one's about EX. I can't call this one near mint and pristine, but it is EX. It does have a couple scuffs on it. It's still really nice for Japanese quality, as you are well aware. Ace Frehley, Frehley's Comet. There's the Japanese insert that went with it, and that is also a $55 star. So I can't call that one near mint minus pristine, but it is EX or EX Plus, and I think you know by Japanese standards, that's very nice. Edward said sold on Oingo Boingo. Back up to the top, Brian Miller's at $55 on Ace, and Blondie was $24.99. We also have David Onderdonk, close call. Onderdonk, close call, $9.99. Culture Club, Shrink Wrap and Hop Sticker, $24.99. King Crimson, Tongues, Lark's Tongues and Aspic, $29.99. Joan Armour Trading, $12.99. David Ruffin at his best. David Ruffin from the Temptations. Zooberry Jam was $14.99. Also, this was mass sealed for $9.99. Denise wants the Blondie. We got bids on both of our auctions, 55 and 55.
Remember if this went with the White Snake?
Yes, that went with the White Snake. Let me take a drink of water right quick while Tanner's got me paused. Alrighty. Had to take a drink of water. I feel better. Captain Beyond, live in Miami, sealed on blue vinyl, $24.99. Silver Spur Orchestra is $9.99. Final call on these auctions, 55 and 55. Head Count imprint, that's a test press, hardcore, $24.99. Tuning, Defining the Purpose is $26.99. That's sealed. Yes, Gideon, you did get the Randy Travis. Yes, you did. $14.99 for Herb Craft. John Lane, we already got a $55 bid on Rat. Thomas Hujar was in first at 55. But Ace is a final call. Brian Miller has Ace for 55, final call. This was Initiate. That's also hardcore, $39.99. Ulver was $24.99. White Lightning, Fresh Air, looks like Bluegrass, $9.99. Mal Waldron is $16.99, so John is at 56 on Rat. Thomas, you're out. Waku is $9.99. Leslie Uggams is $16.99. Also, Mingus in Europe, Charles Mingus, $29.99. Rush is $49.99. And Skyhooks is $11.99. All right, let's go through some new vinyl. I've got lots of killer Japanese stuff. We're going to be doing that all night as we go through new vintage. If we run out of new vintage to show, we're going to go through new buy it now best offer, maybe stuff that hadn't been shown before. But let me go ahead and show this next crate. This was a surprise release. I actually missed it. I'm glad I posted Cult Ceremony when I did. But if you don't have this album already, this is a new limited edition version. I've sold a bunch, but I've never had it on colored vinyl. This is new for Friday, and that is The Cult Sonic Temple on green vinyl, part of that new reissue that the Cult's doing. This is their 1989 fourth album on green vinyl, $39.99. I didn't know that was coming out. I missed the pre-order. My distributor, sometimes they don't post pictures. I don't know if they're not allowed to for embargo purposes, but sometimes they don't post pictures of pre-orders, and it doesn't catch my eye. It's just like text with like no picture. And I'm like, man, if I would have known about this, we would have definitely posted a pre-order. 2 LP on green vinyl, The Cult, their classic album, Sonic Temple, contains Fire Woman, Eddie, Sun King, and Sweet Soul Sister. That is $39.99. All right, Rat was at 55, 56, 57. Adam Stein wants the Charles Mingus from the last crate. Let me pull that. What have I done with it? Charles Mingus, that's sold to Mr. Adam Stein. Adam, I got to text you back tonight. Adam probably thinks I hate him. It's okay, Adam. I don't hardly text back anybody because I never have time. I stay up 24 hours a day sometimes, and I still don't get everything done. Rats at 58. Rats at 59. Jared, you did get slotted in. Yes. Patrick Carter wants the Cult. Brandon Jackson wants the Cult. Rat 62. Jerry Stone wants the Cult. John Lang's out on Rat. David Howard wants a Cult. Ace, I was just about to sell it. We're at $55 on Ace. We're at $55 on Freeless Comet. It's about an EX copy. Brian Miller. I was actually going to end that. But Alan, if you want to bid, it's yours. If not, I'm going to go ahead and sell it to Brian Miller. So you can bid or you can say out. It's at $55. I got plenty of the Cult. I figured I'd go ahead and stock up on those because I might even post it later in the group. That is Sonic Temple on green vinyl, 2 LP, $39.99. This is Charles Wesley Godwin, Americana artist, $36.99. How the Mighty Fall, and I'm pretty sure this is an indie exclusive. It is. It's on colored vinyl. That's Charles Wesley Godwin, How the Mighty Fall, $36.99. Paul Brothers also wants a Cult. What's that? Temporary Town. Yes, Tanner wanted me to note one of the hit songs on here was Temporary Town. Temporary Town. One of the hit songs from that album. That's Charles Wesley Godwin, How the Mighty Fall. That is an indie exclusive, $36.99. Ace Frehley is sold to Brian Miller for $55. Sorry, Tanner tries to talk to me sometimes. Two things. I'm always talking. The air conditioner's going, which is really loud, and also, I don't hear too well. I've listened to a lot of loud music. Nick Bargeron's out on Rat. The high bid on Rat is at 62 with Thomas Hujar. That is a final call. $62 on Rat, Dancing Undercover. And the Godwin is an indie exclusive colored vinyl, by the way. All right, we sold one Kiss-related record. Somebody asked earlier to put up Elton John. Man, I kind of wanted to keep this. I've been listening to this album a lot lately, but I will let it go for a $55 start, and this is a very nice copy. Super nice. Take a look at this. Jim Mint, Elton John, Captain Fantastic, and the Brown Dirt Cowboy. And it has all the cool inserts with it. $55 start. It has the lyric book. It has the scrapbook. It has the original Japanese insert. This is a really nice cover, really crisp obi. This is a $55 start. I've been listening to that song, Brown Dirt Cowboy. It's kind of always been overlooked for me, but that is such a great song. Also, there's a couple other great deep cuts on there. Elton John is at 55. Rat is going to be a final call. I just want to do this a final time. Thomas Hujar has that for 62. Is the Cult played at 45 RPM? No, it is not. Not to my knowledge. Also, we have, was Sonic? Yes, this is on green vinyl. That's on green vinyl. Next was Tool, Lollapalooza, live in Dallas, Texas, 1993. Lollapalooza is $38.99. Stones, Grr, live, the legendary 2012 concert from New Jersey, $84.99 for the Rolling Stones. Tony Barrar is fast to those Tool albums. That's so to Tony Barrar. Elton John's at 55, 56, and now 65. Rob Zombie, American-made music to strip by, $33.99. Rob Zombie, we had a waiting list for that. I believe it was Leslie Holt on Rob Zombie, American-made music to strip by. Where are you, Rob Zombie? American-made music to strip by. Yes, Leslie Holt was on a waiting list. I got two extras, $33.99. Thomas Hujar gets the Rat, and the high bid on that, Tanner, Rat was $62 to Thomas Hujar. Edward Star Wars on Rob Zombie, RZ. And can I get the Mal Waldron from the last crate? David Hugh, Mal Waldron. Let me find that. If I have it, then it's yours. I thought somebody claimed something like that, but maybe not. Nope, it's still here. Mal Waldron, Blues for Lady Day, a personal tribute to Billie Holiday, 75 Terre Haute, no condition notes, about a VG or VG Plus cover. That is so to David Hugh. We have The Cure. This is live. White vinyl, $39.99. That's an unofficial. James Bragg, you was on a waiting list for that. So Stephen Napoli has the high bid on Elton John for $65. He is bidding on Facebook. He has it for $65. Let's do Genesis, their classic self-titled album. Every Japanese LP tonight we have is premium, just super nice, great titles as well. This is their self-titled album, $45 start. I love the music on this album. $45 start. The vinyl is on the Japanese Vertigo label. It has a Japanese lyric insert with it as well. With Obi, there's Genesis with Phil Collins. $45 start. I haven't had that one in a while. Super nice copy. Thomas is at $45. Another Pearl Jam unofficial. This is called Aladdin Las Vegas, 1993. I love the artwork on this one. Very odd for a bootleg, but that is $39.99. Pearl Jam Aladdin Las Vegas. Bossa Nova, Quincy Jones. I failed to mention this last time. It's on blue vinyl for whoever got that other one. And, of course, you'll be very familiar with that first track. It's called Soul Bossa Nova. If you've ever seen any of the Austin Powers movies, the music that's playing, especially during Goldmember, like in that opening scene, very cool. I didn't know what that was until John put this on. We had an OG one time in the back. John put it on. We just got some new vintage speakers in. It sounded incredible. That's $19.99. Chris DeMoss wants the Pearl Jam live for Las Vegas. Final Call, $65, and Final Call on Genesis for $45. Pearl Jam self-titled, $44.99. Genesis is now at $46. I've never had a new copy of this. Rolling Stones, Through the Past Darkly. They've actually reissued it as an octagon cover. That's $36.99. 50th anniversary, Record Store Day exclusive. And that is not a Record Store Day exclusive anymore. We have them in stock. That's on orange-colored vinyl. Orange-colored vinyl, just like the UK imports originally. And, wow, look, it has a little die-cut hole. It says, if it's red, it's mono. If it's blue, it's stereo. This is in stereo, $36.99. Tenacious D is $38.99. Tenacious D. Also, Judas Priest. This is a live unofficial from Judas Priest, $39.99. New York After Midnight, the 1981 broadcast. $39.99. Also, Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison, $28.99. And Neil Young, everybody knows this is Nowhere, $31.99. Tony Barrar wants Tenacious D. Sell that to Tony. Genesis, 46, 47, 50, 52. Stephen Napoli. Man, I hate to see this go, but Elton John, Captain Fantastic, is sold to Stephen Napoli. I guess I won't be keeping anything tonight because the next auction, I kept one already. It was in the last shipment we got, but let's try the Godfather Part 2 soundtrack. Y'all know I usually don't let go of stuff like this. This is going to be a $35 start. This is the Godfather Part 2 soundtrack. Part 2 has some really cool ambient music. If you've ever listened to Godfather Part 2 and you really paid attention to some of those scenes, some of the music almost sounds like it's from a horror film. When he's down there in Cuba and they're trying to assassinate Hyman Roth, some very cool music. I don't know how much of that is actually on this soundtrack, but I believe some of it is because I've listened to it before. This is a $35 start. This has got the Japanese insert with it, and one of the greatest films of all time. You can't argue with that. Godfather Part 2, $35 start, Japanese pressing with Obi. The only reason I'm selling this is because I kept one last week. It had a different Obi. I don't know what pressing is OG or not, but I kept one, so I can't keep it too. I can't keep too many, I guess. I probably already have 3 or 4. $35 start on that. All right, so Genesis 50-52. Tawana wants Neil Young, and Jeffrey Walker wants Rob Zombie. Let me recap this crate one more time. You don't see Godfather Part 2 too often either. We usually see only Part 1. Never seen either Godfather. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. I'm sure some other people haven't either. I can't really get Seth to sit down and watch them. Tanner's watched Part 1, but I'm telling him, like, guys, even if you remotely liked Part 1, when you see Part 2, it's incredible. The Cult, Sonic Temple, $39.99. This is new on green vinyl. The Cult, Sonic Temple, green vinyl, $39.99. The Cult, $39.99. We also have Charles Wesley Godwin, How the Mighty Fall. That's an indie exclusive. I think if you like Tyler Childers, Sturgill Simpson, you'll like this guy. So you might want to go listen to some of his music, come back and say you'll buy one. Otherwise, you might just want to try it out off that recommendation. But that is $36.99, Charles Wesley Goodwin. If you like Sturgill, if you like Tyler, You'll probably like him, $36.99. Stones is $84.99. Also, The Cure is $39.99. Bossa Nova, $19.99. Pearl Jam, $44.99. The Rolling Stones on orange vinyl, great compilation, $36.99. Judas Priest is $39.99. And Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison, $28.99. I think that's already sold. It is. Joe L. Hawkins says he'll take Johnny Cash. Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. Genesis is at 60. Genesis is at 53. Sherry's in on The Godfather at 35. Genesis is at 55. Edward says he'll take a Charles Wesley Godwin. That is sold to Edward. Thomas Bowman says he'll take a Charles Wesley Godwin. Also, Ryan Christie, can I get a Sonic Temple? You can get a Sonic Temple. Does anybody else want a Sonic Temple? That crate leaves Judas Priest, the Rolling Stones, Pearl Jam, Quincy Jones, The Cure, the Stones, Charles Wesley, and The Cure. All right, I'm about to sell The Godfather, and let me come back and see where we was at. Where was we at on Genesis? It was between Thomas and Fred. Thomas is in at 55. Fred Carnell, you're out. Thomas is in at 55. Fred, you're out. Tanner may want to buy that last copy. Hey, Tanner? Tanner says he might buy that last copy if no one else claims it. Let me, I've got 3 more crates of new vinyl to go through. Let's go ahead and go through this one first. I'm just going to leave those extra aces in there. But if you're not familiar, there's 3 new Ace Frehley albums that came out today. Or we got in. They come out Friday. 3 new Ace Frehley albums. I've already shown one, which was Space Invader. Here's number 2, which is Anomaly. Ace Frehley Anomaly, Deluxe 10th Anniversary on neon green. It's on half clear and half green vinyl. Anomaly is $49.99. Ace Frehley. So if you missed Space Invader, we still got those in stock. Anomaly is $49.99, and there was a pre-order for Anomaly. Brenda Medina, James Rayner, Scott Corcoran, and Jerry Stone. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is Ace Frehley Anomaly. That is $49.99. Half clear and half green, and that is new. Comes out Friday, $49.99. Okay, Godfather. Shane Devers is at 40. Godfather, 36. Godfather, 42. Fred's out on Genesis. Genesis is at 55 with Thomas Hujar. That's a final call. Godfather's at 42. Godfather's at 45. Scotty Hypes wants Anomaly. Did someone say Genesis? Mark Fallon's in at 656 on Genesis. So new bidder on Genesis, 56. Thomas, you're out. Brandon Jackson also wants an Ace Frehley. Sherry's out on The Godfather. Let's see here. So Godfather is now at 42 with Adam Stein. That's between Shane Devers and Adam Stein on The Godfather Part 2. So there's Ace Frehley. We got several of those. Somebody asked for this the other night, and we couldn't find it. I don't know if they're watching. I didn't put them on a waiting list, but this is Smashing Pumpkins. We couldn't find it because probably we sold it. It's a live Smashing Pumpkins unofficial, unplugged, and acoustic. That's Smashing Pumpkins Unplugged, $38.99. $38.99. The best of Def Leppard, I want Ed let me know this does have a light spine crackle, but that's a 2 LP. Best of Def Leppard, $46.99. That's a 2 LP, $46.99. We have a new bidder, a third bidder on Genesis. Peter Policino's at $60. They're Smashing Pumpkins. The other night we sold out of Alan Jackson, so I got 5 more copies. This is Alan Jackson, the Greatest Hits Collection, 2 LP. Alan Jackson is $36.99. Primus, Anti-Pop. Primus is $34.99 for Anti-Pop. Also, Neil Young, a fantastic concert live at Massey Hall, 1971. That is $36.99. And Primus Frizzle Fry is $28.99. All right, I see a lot of bidding. The last thing I seen was Brandon Jackson on Ace, Godfather 57, Genesis 6, or excuse me, Thomas is, but we got 2 G's. Thomas is bidding on Genesis 57. Peter bid 60. GF is for Godfather. Godfather 45, Genesis 61, Genesis 62, Genesis 65. Did you sell that new Elder record? I still may have that over here. I still may have that, Colin, but I'm not for sure. Can you get Def Leppard Draftic Symphony? I can. If you want one, let me know. Alan Jackson, so did Denise Harrison. Genesis is at 68, 66 with Thomas, and now 68. Metallica, live, Woodstock, 1994. That is $39.99. Also, the Rolling Stones, Let It Bleed, $36.99 for the Rolling Stones' Let It Bleed. Metallica S&M. Metallica S&M Symphony, $59.99. We also have Primus, Miscellaneous Debris. Primus is $28.99. And the other Ace Frehley for Friday is Spaceman. Spaceman is $44.99, 45 RPM, clear and grape, half and half vinyl. This is $44.99. Ace Frehley, Spaceman. Ace Frehley. And the pre-order for that was Ron Duffield, Brenda Medina, and Jerry Stone. Ron Duffield, Brenda Medina, and Jerry Stone. Ace Frehley is $44.99. So Genesis 68, Genesis 69. Put down Colin for The Elder and put Craig Ruth down for Def Leppard Drastic Symphonies. And James Bragg wants Primus. James, let me know if you want Frizzle Fry, Miscellaneous Debris, or Anti-Pop. I'm assuming you wanted Miscellaneous Debris. Brandon Jackson wants Spaceman. So does John Lang, and John Lang wants Ace Frehley Anomaly. Those are both sold to John Lang. New Ryan Bingham. Ryan Bingham is Watch Out for the Wolf. That is on Bonfire Orange Vinyl. New Ryan Bingham. Speaking of New Country, that is $29.99. The pre-order for that was Jason Kenton, Chris Kirkley, Brandon Sanders, George Buchanan, Lasley King, Debbie Blair, Wayne Carr, Sherry Darnell, David Polkey, and Preston Rogers. Several people on that one. That's the one James Bragg wanted. James, I got you. New Ryan Bingham on Indie exclusive colored vinyl, $29.99. We've only got 5 left. That was a big pre-order. Also, Adam Stein, let me know if you're in or out on The Godfather. Adam Stein, because Shane Devers is at $45. Adam, if you're out, let me know. And we're going to sell that to Shane for $45. And I think we have hit the end of the road on Genesis. Peter Policino, let me know if you're out, because Thomas has that for $69. And that's a final call. Adam's out, so we're about to sell that for $45. So this crate had the following. We have Ace Frehley, Anomaly, $49.99 for Ace Frehley. Also Def Leppard, The Best Of, $46.99. Smashing Pumpkins Unplugged, $38.99. Alan Jackson, The Great Hits Collection, $36.99. Primus Anti-Pop, $34.99. Neil Young at Massey Hall, $36.99. Also Primus Frizzle Fry, $28.99. Metallica Woodstock, 1994, $39.99. The Rolling Stones Let It Bleed, $36.99. Metallica S&M, $59.99. And the new Ryan Bingham, $29.99. The Godfather is sold for $45 to Shane Devers, and Genesis is sold for $69 to Thomas Hujar. Those are sold. Let me put up some new auctions. I've got plenty of fantastic new Japanese stuff, including Kiss. And let's do this amazing Star Wars soundtrack once again. And Paul's just in time with new vintage arrivals. We have Star Wars. Check out the Obi on this thing and the artwork. Holy moly. That is pretty incredible. David, I will put up Yingwei. I'll put that on deck. This is Star Wars. The Story of Star Wars Japanese version, OG. $55 start. Very nice vinyl. We're going to have to call this one EX. I can't call this one Near Mint and Pristine. But when you see why, it's just because one non-audible scuff right there. That's it. And you really, one of those, you really have to turn the light. And then there's one mark right here. And it plays, it will play fine. This is the Story of Star Wars. When you play it, it will sound fine. $55 start. This has a 2-page Japanese flip that opens up to a full like poster spread out that's attached to the book. Gatefold, Killer Obi. I've never had this one before, so it has the insert in the gatefold. That's really cool. $55 start on that, Star Wars. And that's called The Story of Star Wars Japanese version. $55 start on that. Now, Kiss Alive. As you well know, Kiss records are usually pretty beat. This is Near Mint Minus and Pristine Japanese pressing of Kiss Alive. $65 start. $65 start for Kiss Alive. It has the 2-page Japanese insert. It has the Obi with a really nice cover. Kiss Alive, Japanese pressing, $65. I had a feeling that would get a bid very quickly. Star Wars, we're looking for a $55 start. Kiss is a $65. Chris DeMoss wants the Metallica boot, and I believe that was for the Woodstock 1994. That's sold to Chris DeMoss. Pete's at $55 on Star Wars. And we have, what was the Scorpions? Where's the Japanese Scorpions records? Are you saying which ones or where are they? I don't have any tonight, I don't think. I don't have any tonight. All right, let's grab this new crate of vintage arrivals Paul just brought up. Looks like some pretty interesting stuff here. Thank you, Paul. Wow, some good looking titles in here. Awesome. Let's go right into new arrivals. Thank you, Paul. Have a good night.
See you tomorrow.
We'll be here. Thank you. Paul says he'll be back tomorrow. So will John. So will me. We're going to have a big sale tomorrow night. Hope everybody's watching. If you want to see some incredible stuff sell tomorrow night, tune in. We also got incredible stuff selling tonight. Star Wars is at 55. Kiss is at 65. Final call. The Rolling Stones Goat Head Soup. 73 Richmond press with the original inner sleeve and insert. No condition notes about a VG Plus cover. Wow, that's very clean. Presswell, PR, $39.99. The Rolling Stones. Neil Young's debut album. It's a New Zealand import. Very nice colors on the cover. Super clean vinyl. $34.99. Tracy McFadden's at 66 on Kiss. So we have Kiss and we have Star Wars now with bids. Star Wars is a final call though. Never seen or had this one before. Pete Weisgarber's at 55. Final call on that. Erasure, Stay With Me. Erasure is a 1995 promo, $14.99. Erasure. Rough Ends, Love Crimes. Rough Ends is a promo, $16.99. Mike Massey first on Erasure. Star Wars, new bid, $56. James Talley, Ain't It Something. James Talley is $11.99. Jim Anstey on Neil Young, good pickup there. That's my favorite Neil Young album. Well, I say that, and then I also have Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere and Freedom, so I should say top 5 Neil Young. He has 200 albums, so it's hard to pick through them. Joe Barrios, you were second on Erasure. The Bears, is that what that says? The Bears, self-titled, on the IRS label, $12.99. So, Thomas is backing on Kiss at 67. Pete Weisgarber, you're out. Glenn Merdios is $12.99. Also, Sweet Gingerbread Man by the Mike Curb Congregation, $9.99. Guitars on Fire, Nick Nantos and his Fireballs. That is a 1965 US mono, $12.99. David Bowie, $39.99. The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust. Paul got into some of these records. The other night, we were going through tubs, picking out stuff for Thursday night sale, and he was also finding some stuff, and this was one of them. Super clean black label, 1980 US Bowie, $39.99. We got multiple bidders on Kiss. Clay Moore is at $68 now. Neil Young, On the Beach, rare New Zealand issue, $39.99. We got some New Zealand Neil Young albums. This is a $39.99 for On the Beach. Some kind of box set here. What do we have? The box set is Dr. Demento presents the new greatest novelty records of all time. $99.99. 6 LPs, signed insert, numbered with order form, with poster, booklet, with Rhino comic catalog, and membership form. Dr. Demento is $99.99. Tracy said out on Kiss. The Star Wars is a Japanese pressing of the story of Star Wars. Japanese version. Huge, fantastic obi on that one. Amazing Japanese pressing with the artwork on the front. It has a flip open poster that's attached to the gatefold. And that high bid is $56. It's actually going twice, going 3 times. Pete was at 55. Shane Devers is at 56. That's a final call. Kiss is at 69 with Brian Miller. Brian's back in at 69. And Chris DeMoss wants the Dr. Demento box. That's sold to Chris DeMoss. The Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers. A 77 specialty press, $44.99. Who's been wanting a specialty fingers? One of the Craigs. There's a 77 press. $44.99. I hope you're first. I didn't even know that was in there. The one and only Hank Ballard and the Midnighters. An original 1960 mono VG, $24.99. Craig Johnson, there he is. First on the Rolling Stones. Jeff McMaster, you're second. Shane's right back in on Star Wars at 60. Shane McKinney, you're third on Sticky Fingers. Charlie Daniels Band, Million Mile Reflections, EX 1699. EX 1699. Also Jackson Brown, The Pretender, a classic. That's a VG copy for $9.99. The Byrds, Fifth Dimension. That is a 66 mono VG condition, $14.99, 66 mono. Hank Williams Jr., My Own Way, VG Plus, $21.99. So Michael McDowell is at 65 on the Star Wars. That's the new high bid. Shane, you're back out. And then I want to let everybody know, Brian Miller is the high bidder on Kiss Alive, 2LP with a Japanese insert. Brian Miller is at 69 on that one, and Clay Moore's back in at 70. And also bidding on that was Tracy, who set out, and Thomas Hujar. So I think it's down to 2 or 3 people on Kiss. Clay Moore's back in at 70. Michael McDowell, 65 on that. Shane Devers wants the Hank Jr., HJ. Also, Helmet Boy is a white label promo, EX condition, $9.99. Miles Davis, very cool, Porgy and Bess, a 1959 mono. It's VG Plus. The cover has some seams that are starting to split, but the vinyl is VG Plus, and that's $31.99. An original 61 Columbia 6i. Brian Miller's back in on Kiss at 72. We also have Gunfighter Ballads, Marty Robbins. That's an original 1959 6i mono. That's the most desirable version of this record. Definitely the most desirable version. OG 6i, $29.99. Michael McDowell put MR for Marty Robbins. That's sold to Michael McDowell. Star Wars is at 66, new high bid, and Kiss is at 72. We also have Miles Davis, Big Fun. This is VG Plus, $34.99. Sleeve A is a little tattered, and the cover is also VG minus. The vinyl's VG Plus, $34.99. Mark Lent wants Miles Davis, Porgy and Bess. That's sold to Mark Lent. Jefferson Starship, 12-inch single, Light the Sky on Fire and Hyperdrive promo. 1978 12-inch white label promo, VG Plus, $11.99. Michael McDowell's at 68 on Star Wars. Thomas Hujar gets the other Miles Davis. That's sold to Thomas Hujar. And Torrey Kunda, one of the two. African Folk World Music, EX, $14.99. Scott Smith wants the Bears. That was earlier, but that is now claimed and sold to Scott Smith. Also, we have Coven. Paul put, dang it, Kelly, because Kelly wrote her name very big on the front of Coven. But this is the one that has 110 Soldier, The Legend of Billy Jack. That's VG Plus, $16.99. Shane's out on Star Wars. Michael McDowell has it for $68. That's a final call. Clay Moore's at 75 on Kiss. That's going once, going twice. Shelby Flint, a 1961 mono, VG Plus, $11.99. John Lennon's Double Fantasy, that's a VG copy for $11.99. And what do we have here? It's a 1964 mono Latin pop LP, VG Plus, $14.99. Ray Herrera, that's on Sims, very interesting. VG Plus, $14.99. The original motion picture soundtrack to The $1 Billion Brain. That's a 67 stereo and shrink wrap, VG Plus, $11.99. Brian Miller is out on Kiss. And we have Clay Moore is at 75. So Clay Moore has Kiss for $75, and Star Wars is at 68. Those are final calls. Star Wars is at 68, and Kiss is at 75. Next is Neil Young. Everybody knows this is Nowhere. The other one, that's an original. Well, it's a 1970. This album came out in 69. This is a 70 Terre Haute EX condition, $29.99. Thomas Hujar wants the $1 Billion Brain soundtrack. Santo and Johnny. This is a 1959 stereo. I pulled this out and I said, Paul, you might want to price this. Always a sought-after album. Santo and Johnny is VG Plus, $44.99. Has the track Sleepwalk on it. VG Plus, $44.99. Craig Johnson wants Neil Young. Colin needs to put back Gunslinger's LP he got last night. That's okay. It's only a $3,000 restocking fee. Only $3,000 restocking fee. I need to take a drink of water right quick. Okay. Brian Miller's back in on Kiss. He said out, but he's like, nope, I'm back in. Clay Moore, so now you're outbid again, $76. Eric Clapton Slow Hand is EX, $31.99. We're done on Star Wars, though. Star Wars is sold to Michael McDowell for $68. We have requests for the other Whitesnake, Kiss. Here's what's in our Japanese bin. Duran Duran, Billy Idol, Jeff Beck, Yes. Loudness, The Police, Indiana Jones, John Lennon, and Elton John. That's a together. Boston, ELO, another Star Wars, Led Zeppelin, Jaws, Van Halen, Whitesnake, Rainbow, Fleetwood Mac, Journey, Tears for Fears, and Kiss. We had some requests to do Whitesnake and Kiss. We got a Kiss already up, so let's do Whitesnake. Saints and Sinners, $55 start. $55 start. Whitesnake, Saints and Sinners. Very nice Japanese pressing, $55 start. This is a beautiful cover, almost no signs of wear. It has the Japanese insert with it. This is a flawless Japanese pressing, $55 start. Trying to find something wrong with it, I can't. $55 start on that. Kiss was at $76. I'll take the Miles Davis Big Fun, though. That has already been sold. Fred Carnell wants Billy Idol. That was a request. So was Jeff Beck and ELO. Was the Marty Robbins going back? If so, you didn't say the condition. No, the Marty Robbins was from last night. We have Crying Time, Ray Charles, VG Plus $14.99. Does the Kiss Live have the poster insert? I don't know if the Japanese came with the book. There's no book with it. It has a Japanese insert, but there's no book with this one. I don't know if it did. $55 start on Whitesnake. And we have the Rolling Stones, Big Hits, High Tide and Green Grass. That's a 66 Monarch stereo, VG condition, $19.99. Was this put back? David Howard. Can I put back the Cult? The Cult, Sonic Temple. If anybody wants this, it's on green vinyl. It's a 2LP on green vinyl, $39.99. $39.99. Joe Sloop wants the Rolling Stones. And Colin, the record you got last night, it is somewhere in a crate. No telling where, but we'll put it back for you. The Mothers of Invention, absolutely free. That is $69.99. It's an EX condition. 67 MGM mono with libretto booklet. It does have some seam splitting. $69.99. The Best of Dolly Parton. No poster, EX condition, $22.99. The Best of Dolly Parton. Tan RCA label. Clay, let me know if you want back in on Kiss, because Brian Miller has that for $76. If you say out, then I'm probably going to go ahead and sell it to Brian for $76. Jared has Whitesnake for $55, going twice, going 3 times. We have Al Green, I'm Still in Love with You. VG Plus condition, $24.99. Al Green, I'm Still in Love with You. VG Plus. Looks very clean for a VG Plus. Terre Haute. Thomas is at $60 on Whitesnake. Leonard Cohen, Songs of Love and Hate. Leonard Cohen is VG, $16.99 with some seam splitting on the cover. Kiss is Clay's out, so final countdown on that. Kiss is at 76 with Brian Miller, final call. Brenton Bragg wants Al Green. That's so to Benton Bragg, and Denise Harrison wants BDP, the Best of Dolly Parton. That's so to Denise Harrison. Let me put those over here on top of the Rolling Stones. Quicksilver Messenger Service, VG Plus condition, $19.99. Kate Bush, Never Forever. Kate Bush is EX $29.99. Great album. Paul says check out the track Egypt. EX $29.99. Jared, you have been outbid on Whitesnake. Thomas has the high bid at $60. Kiss Alive is sold to Brian Miller for $76. We have requests for Kiss, ELO, Jeff Beck, and the first request, though, was for Kiss Rock and Roll Over. Let's take a look at it. It's going to be a $55 start. Kiss Rock and Roll Over. The vinyl is near mint and pristine, Japanese quality. Super nice. And Yingwei. Man, I keep forgetting about that. Sorry. Yingwei, yes. I already told David it was on deck. He got pushed back in the rotation. Sorry. I'll go pull it right now. Has the Japanese insert, near mint minus vinyl, complete with obi. The obi looks like it has a little bit of fading, maybe. Or maybe it's just got on a bad color break. But no damage to it. Very nice cover. Kiss Rock and Roll Over is a $55 start. Jared says he's out on Whitesnake. That means Thomas has that for $60, and now that's a final call. We have Mariah Carey, VG Plus, $39.99. This is the original full album from 1990. An original full album from 1990. Mariah Carey is VG Plus, $39.99. Miles Davis, Miles Smiles, VG Plus, $39.99. This is a 67 Pittman stereo, VG Plus, $39.99. The Doors, LA Woman, is VG $36.99. No stickers with Rock and Roll Over. Let me take a peek. Nope, no stickers with Rock and Roll Over. Looking for a $55 start on that. Jets and Gilberto is a VG copy for $24.99. That was a 64 mono. And Bo Diddley, VG $36.99, 1962 mono first label, VG $36.99. The Doors label, the Doors, the 71 Terre Haute, should be, let's take a look at it, should be Butterfly label. That is 71 Terre Haute, VG condition, $36.99. Also, Charles Mingus, this is VG Plus, $69.99. This has a damaged sleeve. This sleeve is severely damaged, as in like poor condition. It got wet. We were able to save it. We cleaned the vinyl. We ultrasonically cleaned it. It's a 63 stereo, Charles Mingus, VG Plus, $69.99. We have restored that record. That's been professionally restored by Colectco, even though the cover is damaged. $69.99. And Public Enemy, Yo Bum Rush the Show, an original 1987, plays much better than it looks. It's a VG minus, $24.99. All right, Jared's in on Kiss at 55, final call. We can go ahead and sell White Snake to Thomas for $60. Jared's got Kiss for 55, going twice, going 3 times. Edward says, if KB is OG, I will take it. KB, and that was Kate Bush. It was. Sell that to Edward Star Wars. Jeremiah Lewis wants the Charles Mingus album. Of course, I think y'all know if this was near mint minus and shrink wrap, it would be $200 or $300 probably. So that's sold to Jeremiah Lewis. Shane Devers first on Public Enemy. Michael Grind was second. When I come back, we're going to sell Rock and Roll. I just looked down at our viewers and it said 201. So thanks everybody for tuning in on Wednesday night. We got 201 viewers. We're going through an amazing stretch of near mint and pristine, highly desirable Japanese titles. And we're going through crates of new vinyl and vintage vinyl. Great night to be tuning in. You don't want to miss tomorrow night either. You're going to see some incredible records tomorrow night as well. Yingwei's Malmsteen's Rising Force, near mint and pristine Japanese pressing. $45 start. It has the obi. It's got a really nice cover. It has the Japanese insert. And this is a $45 start. Near mint and pristine Japanese pressing. David Howard is in right off the bat at $45. Let's go ahead and sell Kiss Rock and Roll Over for $55 to Jared Benoit. Jared, you got a Kiss record uncontested. That's kind of unheard of. Let me go back up to the top. We had requests for Jeff Beck, which this is one I don't think I've had before as a Japanese pressing. Jeff Beck Truth with Rod Stewart on lead vocals. This is a near mint and pristine Japanese pressing. First track is Shapes of Things. Perfect vinyl, $45 start on this as well. Has the very, I ain't superstitious. Wow. And this has got the Japanese insert with it, with lyrics, and it is a perfect cover with obi. Also, Jeff Beck, Truth, $45 start. Let me recap this bin one more time. We also have a request for Yes. We already got 2 or 3 bids on Jeff Beck. Let me adjust my spine. Still got some new vinyl to go through. I think I'm probably going to go back to the first crate, maybe before I even show anything new, and just remind everybody some of the great stuff since we got so many people on already. So, let's go through this crate one more time very quickly. The Stones is still available. It is an OG with the original inner sleeve and insert, no condition notes, $39.99. Rough Ends, Love Crime, $16.99. That's a promo copy. James Talley, Ain't It Something, $11.99 in shrink wrap. Glenn Medrios, maybe, $12.99. Mike Curb Congregation, Sweet Gingerbread Man, $9.99. Guitars on Fire. Guitars on Fire is a 64 US mono, $12.99. And David Bowie is still available. Ziggy Stardust, $39.99. It's a black RCA 1980 pressing, $39.99. Final call on Yingwei. David has that for $45. Only bidder. Final call. Jeff Beck, $45, $45, $50, $55. And Shane is in on Yingwei at $50. Neil Young on the Beach, $39.99. New Zealand pressing, near mint. Hank Ballard and the Midnighters, very cool. 1960 mono, original press, VG copy, $24.99. Charlie Daniels, Million Mile Reflections, $16.99. The Devil Went Down to Georgia. I think y'all are familiar with that one. Jackson Browne the Pretender was a VG copy for $9.99. Also, The Birds, Fifth Dimension, VG copy for $14.99. Helmet Boy, EX, $9.99. That's a white label promo. And Jefferson Starship is VG plus $11.99. Mike Massey takes the Helmet Boy. David, you're out on Yingwei. Let me know if you want back in. And Joe Sleep, you're out on Jeff Beck. Let me know if you want in, because those are now going once, going twice. Torrey Condra is EX $14.99. Coven is VG plus $16.99. Does have some writing on it, as you can see. Shelby Flint is VG plus $11.99. John Lennon Double Fantasy was a VG $11.99. Jeff Beck is at $60. Yingwei's at $53. New bidders on both. This was the, you get this one correct again. This was Ray Harara, and that is a VG plus $14.99. 64 mono Latin pop LP. Santo and Johnny still available. $44.99. Jeff Beck 65. Yingwei 55. Eric Clapton Slow Hand. Always read the first 3 tracks. Cocaine, Wonderful Tonight, and Lay Down Sally. That's how the album starts out. EX Condition, $31.99. Also, Crying Time, Ray Charles. That's VG plus $14.99. The Mothers of Invention, absolutely free. EX $69.99. Leonard Cohen, Songs of Love and Hate, VG $16.99. Quicksilver Messenger Service, VG plus $19.99. Also, Mariah Carey was VG plus $39.99. We have Miles Davis. Miles Davis still left behind. 67, Pittman Stereo, VG plus $39.99. Miles Smiles. Shane and David's both out on Yingwei. Troy has that for $57. And Joe Sloop let me know he's out on Jeff Beck. So we're about to sell Jeff Beck for $65, and we're about to sell Yingwei for $57. Getz and Gilberto was $24.99. We also have Bo Diddley for $36.99, and The Doors, LA Woman. That was a VG copy for $36.99. All righty. Let's see here. I'll never understand why somebody would write on an album. Well, back in the day, they would go to parties or let somebody borrow it, and I'm sure people watching did it. You wrote your name on it so nobody could steal it. So your brothers couldn't steal it. Your sisters couldn't steal it. Your friend couldn't steal it at a party. That's why they did that. And Jeff Beck is at 65, Thomas Hujar. There was one guy I know who had over 10,000 albums. He was a local guy. He still has his records. His name is written on every one of them. He had this amazing collection. I'm supposed to get it. I'm supposed to be in line to get a bid on it if, I don't want to be morbid, but if something was to ever happen to him. He was very good friends with my dad, and he'll never sell it. I think his son's probably going to keep it. But he tells me he's got over 10,000 albums, and his name is written on every one of them. I was like, well, whenever we sell your collection on Facebook Live, we'll definitely know whose they are. So Yingwei is also sold to Troy Chirac for $57, and Ian wants the Jets and Gilberto. I guarantee somebody watching right now wrote their name on a cover at one point or another, probably so somebody couldn't steal it, or it wouldn't get lost at a party or something. That's what this guy did. Evidently, he hosted a lot of parties, and he has so many albums. People would come over to his house to party and listen to albums, and that's why he had to write his names on them. He had a lot stolen over the years. He also had a lot of duplicates because people would bring albums over to his house. And they would leave them because he had the party house. He was a single bachelor for many years, so people would bring records to his place, and they would just leave them there. So, all right, let me go through some new vinyl right quick. One of our biggest sellers of the week is in here, and don't die, dude, because we're getting those records. Yeah, I'm on a lot of lists of Chad. If I happen to suddenly pass away, then please come buy my records for a lot of money, and then sell them on Facebook. I'm actually on several lists like that. So, because some people's like, Chad, as long as I'm alive, these are not going to be for sale. But as soon as I kick the bucket, they're probably going to be sold to the highest bidder, which is probably going to be you. So, all right, let's try a couple new fantastic LPs. These are going to be $55 starts. Kiss Animalize. Kiss Animalize is a $55 start. And this is Near Mint and Pristine. Near Mint and Pristine. Kiss Animalize. Japanese pressing. It has the obi. Now, this obi is pretty unique. It slides in like an insert. So the OB and the insert is the same thing. This is Kiss Animalize. It's near mint and pristine. Japanese, and this is a $55 start. $55 start. So Kiss Animalize. It is complete with the OB and the insert, which is the same thing. It's near mint minus and pristine, and that's a $55 start. We also have Wasp, The Last Command. This is a $55 start for Wasp, The Last Command. Beautiful, near mint minus and pristine. This is a top Japanese pressing. It's also complete with the original insert. The insert does have some foxing. I think that's the only thing that does have foxing. Here's the original inner sleeve. There's the original inner sleeve. No marks or anything on that. The Last Command. OG Wasp Japanese. $55 start on that. All right, so Wasp and Kiss, $55 starts. Claymore is already in on Kiss at $55. So if you missed it already, this is the very best of Billy Idol, $33.99. The very best of Billy Idol, 2 LP. We have sold almost 30 copies of that. We've got 2 left, $33.99. Pearl Jam, Riot Act. Pearl Jam is $44.99 for Riot Act. That's a 2 LP. Also, Johnny Cash. This is $49.99. Johnny Cash, The American Recordings, Volume 4. This has his song Hurt, one of the last hits he had out before he passed away. Johnny Cash is $49.99. Journey's Greatest Hits, Volumes 1 and Volumes 2, $49.99. That's for Music on Vinyl. Those are exclusive remasters. These sound incredible. Journey's Greatest Hits, Volumes 1 and Volumes 2, $49.99. Evanescence Fallen. Evanescence is $29.99, featuring Bring Me to Life. The Cure, Happy the Man. This is an unofficial from The Cure, live unofficial, $39.99 for The Cure. Also, Legion Leaf, Fairport Convention. Legion Leaf is $39.99. That's a new UK import. Susie and the Banshees from the Cradle Bars, $33.99 for Susie and the Banshees. That's a 1981 FM broadcast. Also, new release from The Hives, The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons, $29.99 on clear vinyl. And yes, Fragile. I can't recommend this one enough. Clear vinyl, new remaster reissue, $31.99. It's on clear vinyl. High bet on Wasp is $55, $55, $56, $58. Thomas Hujar has that for $58. Only one bid on Kiss, and that's with Clay Moore. Final call, $55, Clay Moore. There's another yes. New Danzig on Butterfly with splatter vinyl. They've made it to look like a butterfly effect. Danzig is $31.99. That is the music roots of Yes. Revolution, $33.99. This is rare recordings and golden pieces of songs and pearls from the individual Yes musicians. Musicians, excuse me. $33.99. I'm getting into a hurry. De La Soul, Artificial Intelligence. These are some tricky titles. You got to slow down on them. Artificial Intelligence. Mosaic Thump. New De La Soul, $36.99. Jason Isbell, Southeastern, $28.99 for Jason Isbell. King Cobra new album, We Are Warriors. King Cobra is $31.99. Also De La Soul, AOI by Onyx, $36.99. That's the next 2 De La Soul reissues. The Smiths is $31.99. Elvis, new 50th anniversary edition of Aloha from Hawaii, remastered, $44.99. New 50th anniversary edition. And Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire, $31.99. All right, Claymore gets Kiss for $55. Final call, Jeff and Nick, you haven't said a word. I'm about to sell that to Thomas for $58. And here's a couple records we had earlier waiting list on. We have a waiting list for Sun Ra Standards. That's pressed at Palace, limited to 500 on gold vinyl. If anybody else wants on that waiting list, Sun Ra Standards, gold vinyl, limited to 500, pressed at Palace, $29.99. And we also have a waiting list for this. George Lynch and Jeff Pilson, Heavy Hitters 2, that's on silver and purple splatter vinyl, $31.99. Jeff says he's out on Wasp. We're about to sell that to Thomas, and I'm about to get a couple new LPs up for auction. So, Rage Against the Machine, Elvis, The Smiths, De La Soul, King Cobra, Jason Isbell, De La Soul, Danzig, Yes, The Hive, Susie and the Banshees, Legion Leaf, The Cure, Evanescence, Journey, Cash, Pearl Jam, and the very best of Billy Idol. Michael Potts also wants on the Sun Ra hits. That's gold vinyl, and that's called Standards. Standards on that one. That was a compilation. Okay, we probably need to go back through a crate of Buy Now Best Offer. I've been through all the new vintage stuff. I've still got new vinyl to go through, but what I want to do is go through some Buy Now Best Offer. I may have to step to the back right quick and get a crate. Normally, I would roll the cart back there, but the problem is we need to stay up here so we can do auctions, and I've got all the other crates up here I want to go through again. So our next Japanese auction is going to be Loudness Devil Soldier. I don't think I've ever had this before, and it's a Japanese promo copy. This is Loudness Devil Soldier. It's a near mint minus and pristine Japanese pressing white label promo for Loudness Devil Soldier. $45 start. It has got the original Japanese insert with it. It's a 2-page flip. Very high quality. Cool artwork on that one. Devil Soldier. It has the obi, and this is a $45 start. What was the King Cobra? It's a new album. It's called The Warriors. I can get you the exact title, but it's a new album that's due out on Friday, $31.99. Cash was $49.99. $49.99. David Johnson said 5,000 and my name not on any. My kids will either keep them or dispose of them. So they're either going to keep them or throw them away, not sell them. That's an interesting strategy. Cash is $49.99. Loudness is at $45, and we need to sell Wasp is sold to Thomas Hujar for $58. Now I hope they don't throw them away. Hopefully they want. Surely maybe they'll consider selling them before they load up 5,000 very valuable albums and take them to the dumpster. Let's hope that don't happen. Our next Japanese auction is Journey Frontiers. This is a $45 start for Journey Frontiers. $45 start. This is near mint and pristine. Very clean vinyl. We have the obi with it, and it also has the Japanese insert, which is a 2-page Japanese flip. It also has a Journey solicitation form. That is very nice with obi. $45 start. Loudness is at $45 and $46. And Dwayne is the high bidder, $46. And cash is $49.99. Cash is $49.99. That's American Recordings. Okay, give me 1 second while I step to the back. No one go anywhere unless there's a crate over here. Well, let's see. I saw a crate over here the other night, and I was like, wow, this is pretty good stuff. It may have been something from like earlier in that week we went through, and like we went through it so fast, there were so many good titles. Was that crate over here? If it's not over here, I may step to the back and get one. Let me take a peek in a couple of these crates. If not, I may step to the back and get those, but there was some pretty good-looking stuff in one of these crates, and I was like, well, we'll go back through this one and make it Buy It Now Best Offer. Let's see, because I think here's a James Brown record somebody asked about. So, yeah, we can go through this one. We'll make them Buy It Now Best Offer. That way I won't have to go all the way to the back and find one. But we'll go ahead and go through this. Still got a lot of new vinyl to recap, but let's go through these as well. Loudness 48. All right, so we have Journey is a $45 start. Final call on that. And we have, can you auction Billy Idol next? Yes, I will. So Loudness is at 48. John Lang's out. And this is not Journey's Frontiers. This is Journey Infinity. I may have said Frontiers. If my bad, Scott Honecker. I apologize. Grand Funk Railroad, Born to Die. This is in shrink wrap for $19.99. These are all Buy It Now Best Offer, which means I highly encourage you making offers. More importantly, I highly encourage you to buy them. We have ABBA Super Trooper, VG Plus $14.99. ABBA Super Trooper has the original inner sleeve with it, VG Plus $14.99. The Encore of Golden Hits, the Platters, is $19.99. This is sealed. It's a Columbia House. That is $19.99 sealed. Also, Carly Simon is $9.99. Shakedown says he'll take ABBA for $10. Sell that to Shakedown for $10. Carly Simon, Come Upstairs, $9.99. Also, Carly Simon Anticipation, $14.99. Carly Simon Anticipation and Wings at the Speed of Sound, $24.99. Also has the original inner sleeve. If I don't say any condition notes, then it's going to look like that. EX Plus to Near Mint minus. All right, let's go ahead and sell Loudness to Dwayne Sevilla for $48. If anybody wants Journey, it's a $45 buy it now. This is Journey Infinity. $45 buy it now on that. That might be the only thing so far tonight that has not got a bid, but there might be somebody waiting for the buy it now. John Lennon Double Fantasy. That is $24.99. Several hits on here. Thomas was waiting for the buy it now. That's sold to Thomas Hujar for $45. Sell that to Thomas. And we have Steve Morse Band, former guitarist of the Dregs, in shrink wrap with that hop sticker, $14.99. Let's go through the Japanese band and pull out some requests. These are going fast. We got Rio, Duran Duran. I got my D's and R's mixed up. Duran Duran, Rio. Billy Idol's on deck. So is Yes, 90125. We also have The Police, Indiana Jones, John Lennon and Elton John live together. Boston, ELO's Greatest Hits. That's in third in line. The Story of Star Wars, Led Zeppelin Presence, Jaws, Van Halen, 5150. Rainbow, Fleetwood Mac, Tears for Fears, Yesterdays, Janis Joplin's Greatest Hits, Rolling Stones Hits. Yes, Close to the Edge. That one's also on deck. I don't know which Yes album they wanted, but we're going to do 90125 first. The Best of Blondie, Rat, Bob Dylan, Desire, and Elvis, The Comeback, TVC, the Comeback NBC TV special. Here's our next two auctions. Steve Morse Band was $14.99. We have Billy Idol, Rebel Yell. This is a $45 start. Near mint minus and pristine. Japanese pressing of Billy Idol, Rebel Yell. That's in a new Japanese anti-static sleeve. Or those Japanese sleeves, those are very, very excellent sleeves, by the way. Those are all brand new. Has the Japanese insert with it. And this has the Obi. Very nice cover, very nice vinyl. Overall, very nice packaging. $45 start on Rebel Yell. Yes, 90125. Yes, 90125 is a $45 start as well. Near mint and pristine, Japanese pressing. This is not the one Joe and Kathy wanted, but I'd already pulled it. We'll go ahead and run this one first. Yes has the lyric insert with it, and we have Yes 90125. Yes 90125. So those are both Japanese pressings, $45 starts. Yes, and Billy Idol. If you want to bid, now's the time. If not, there'll be buy it nows in just a second, unless somebody bids. You can wait for the buy it now, but you may miss it. Blondie with the poster. Ryan, I don't know yet. And what was are you getting Andy Taylor's new album? I will have to check on that. I didn't know Andy Taylor was putting out a new album. Jay Giles Band, Monkey Island. This is $16.99. Thomas is at $45 on Yes. And we have The Best of You, Kim Carnes. That is sealed, $14.99. Procol Harum, A Salty Dog, $19.99. Procol Harum, A Salty Dog. Super Clean Vinyl, Procol Harum, $19.99. Thomas is at $45 on Yes. Going once, going twice. Thomas Bowman's going to go ahead and snag the Journey's Greatest Hits, Volumes 1 and 2. Did anybody want that Johnny Cash album from the last bin as well? Let's go ahead and sell these to Thomas. Greatest Hits Volumes 1 and 2. Thank you, Thomas. Lillian said $13 on Jay Giles. Go ahead and sell that to Lillian McCurry for $13. There's an OG Through the Past Darkly. We had a new copy earlier on orange vinyl, and this has no condition notes on it, which is very unusual for this LP. $44.99. The Rolling Stones, Through the Past Darkly. We've lost two musicians today. Very well respected musicians, very big names. We lost Robbie Robinson of the band. He passed away today, and he's kind of underground, but because due to Netflix, we lost Rodriguez, the Sugar Man. He passed away. If y'all are familiar with he had a series, or he had a special on Netflix, and his records are kind of underground, but they've been reissued. They're very rare OGs. But Rodriguez, it is Rodriguez, right? Yes, he passed away today too. I saw both of those articles. So Robbie Robinson, one of the original members of the band, who also went on to have a big solo career, and Rodriguez, the Sugar Man, he passed away. We've had one of his records before. They're very rare. They've been reissued. I can get them. But both those people passed away today. So Robbie Robinson, huge member of the band. So, all right, Mark Lent says he will give $36 for the Stones. Let's sell that to Mark Lent for $36. Final call on Yes, and we're about to sell Billy Idol for a buy it now if no one bids. Share is $39.99. This is I Paralyzed. Don't see that one too often. Share from 1982, $39. His name was Sixto Rodriguez. Yep, him and Robbie Robinson passed away. Two worth mentioning for sure. Share and it's I Paralyzed. Chuck Berry Bio is $24.99. Chuck Berry Bio, and we have Dance Till Quarter to Three with Gary U.S. Bonds. That's a 1981 German pressing, $19.99. Also, Gary U.S. Bonds, Rocks World Revolution, The Roots, $14.99. Thomas Hujar gets yes for a $45 bot now. If anybody wants Billy Idol, now's the time to send your comment. It's a $45 bot now. Lillian offered $30 for share. Go ahead and sell that to Lillian McCurry for $30. Chuck and his friends, Chuck Berry. This is one of those TV special records, $29.99. Thomas Hujar first on Billy Idol. He's going to get that as well for $45. Those are both sold to Thomas. And Bobby Darin is an original Atco pressing, VG condition, $24.99. That's probably early 60s. All right, so now let's get to Yes, Close to the Edge and ELO's greatest hits. Now, let me examine this Close to the Edge because these are so nice. I hate to always let these go. If anything, this would be a record if I could, I would just hoard all of them. But this is also going to be a $45 start. The vinyl is near mint minus and pristine. It has the Japanese insert with it, and it also has the original inner sleeve with the lyrics. And that's important on Yes Music because sometimes John Anderson is singing and I really don't know what's going on, but it sounds incredible, especially on like You and I and Siberian Kathatru, and then of course Close to the Edge, which that's the lyrics to the whole song. It's about 18 minutes. There is just a little bit of foxing just on the obi, on the inside of the gatefold. There's no foxing on the Roger Dean artwork on the front or back. Other than that, other than those couple spots of foxing, this is a pristine copy. $45 start. Same thing for ELO's greatest hits. Fantastic tracks. ELO's greatest hits. Joe and Kathy's already in on Yes at $45. ELO's greatest hits. Sweet Talking Woman, Telephone Line, My Ma Belle, Strange Magic, Mr. Blue Sky. Also Evil Woman, Living Thing. Living Thing. Can't Get It Out of My Head. Showdown, Turn to Stone, and Rockaria. That is a $45 start as well. Near mint and pristine. Fantastic cover, really cool ELO Obi with Jeff Lynne there. There's the Japanese insert, and there's the original Japanese inner sleeve. That's very nice. ELO's greatest hits. I have one of those myself. It sounds really good. $45 starts on those. Michael Nath's at $18 on Chuck Berry Bio. Sell that to Michael Nath for $18. Also, Peter Frampton, VG Plus condition, $14.99. John Cougar, self-titled. That's VG Plus $14.99. REO Speedwagon, 9 Lives. That's a VG copy for $9.99. The Many Souls of Turley Richards. That's VG Plus $34.99. Paul Simon, There Goes a Rhymin' Simon. VG copy for $9.99. And we have Paul Simon's Greatest Hits. VG Plus condition, $14.99. Paul Simon's Greatest Hits. VG Plus $14.99. ELO 45, ELO 45, ELO 50. Thomas is at 46 on Yes. 10cc. Self-titled, including Rubber Bullets, EX $23.99 on 10cc. If you're just joining us, these are all buy now best offer, meaning you can buy these or you can make an offer on them. Neil Young, Hawks and Doves, VG Plus condition, $14.99. Covers and shrink wrap, VG Plus $14.99. Booker T, T-set, Booker T and the MGs, VG Plus condition on that, $14.99. Also, Harry Chapin, Verities and Balderdash with Hype sticker, includes Cats in the Cradle. VG Plus $9.99. Yes is at 47. Yes is now at 50. And ELO's at 55. Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees. This one's nice. Sometimes these are worn out because this was a heavily played record because it has Lowdown on it and Lido Shuffle, one of his more classic albums. Boz Scaggs, EX $17.99. Also, I Got You, I Feel Good. We've all heard that. James Brown, VG Plus condition, $39.99, 1966. James Brown, VG Plus. Also, Asia, their self-titled debut. Fantastic lineup of songs on this. VG Plus $14.99. Heat of the Moment, Only Time Will Tell, Soul Survivor. That's VG Plus $14.99. Yes 50, Yes 57, ELO 60, Yes 60, Yes 58. Bad Company, Rough Diamonds, VG Plus $14.99. Three Dog Night Harmony, VG Plus $14.99. Lillian offered $34 for James Brown. James Brown is sold to Lillian for $34. Deep Purple, Purple Passages, 72 Terre Haute pressing, 2 LP, $34.99. And the Young Rascals with a Hype sticker, Good Lovin', $34.99. The Young Rascals, that's on the original label, $34.99. Yes is at 61 with Joe and Kathy. Thomas is right back in at 65. How much was Booker was the next comment. That was VG Plus condition, $14.99. Also about a VG cover on that one. Jack Hewitt offered $10 for Asia. Sell that to Jack for $10. Joe and Kathy's out on Yes. Thomas has that for $65. That's now going once, going twice. And update on ELO. Eddie Bruce is out. Lillian has that for $60. So $60 on ELO. That's going once, going twice. Yes is at $65. And I think Yes is down to Thomas and Henry's Choice. The Andrews Sisters, In the Mood, $12.99. Poco, that is $9.99. Poco has Jim Messina, Timothy B. Schmidt, Richie Foray. That's $9.99. Troy said $12 on Booker T. You got it for $12. Sell that. Oh, what happened to it? Right there. Sell that to Troy Chirac for $12. Henry's also out on Yes, so we're about to sell Yes for $65 and ELO for $60, so we can put up 2 new auctions. Willie Nelson, $14.99 for Willie. Ryan said $8 for Bad Company. Let me see what I had that marked. I will sell that for $10. I will sell that for $10, Bad Company. Robin Gibbs, Secret Agent, $9.99. Thomas Bowman said HC for $11. HC for $11. That's Harry Chapin. Had that for, we actually, is this what HC? We had that one marked $9.99, Thomas. I think that's the HC you was offering, unless there's another HC in here. If so, that's $9.99. Unless you want to offer more, which I'll take that. Elvis, Welcome to My World, $9.99. I got another one in shrink wrap for $9.99. They're both near mint. Boomtown Rats, the Fine Art Surfacing, that is $19.99. And we have Blood, Sweat, and Tears, $19.99. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, $19.99. Donovan, Early Treasures is a white label promo, $14.99. Thomas says he will take that as sticker for $9.99. He might have thought I had that marked $14.99. I may have said $14.99 for some reason. But it was $9.99, and that's what we're going to sell it to them for. Lillian, I will do $8 on Robin Gibb. I can't do half off on that. And also, Ryan offered half off on Bad Company. I can't do that. Not a half off, Ben, but I will negotiate with you. Ryan Christie said he'll take it, and I said $10 on that. Sell that to Ryan Christie for $10. If you're ready, I'll go ahead and sell these 2 as well. ELO is sold to Lily McCurry for $60, and Yes, Close to the Edge. Fantastic. That's sold to Thomas Hujar for $65. $60 to Lillian. Thomas on that for $65. Lillian, I'll do $8 on Robin Gibb and the condition of Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. That was VG Plus, $14.99. VG Plus condition, $14.99. Let's get 2 new Japanese auctions started. I don't know if we had any other requests, but I know I'm going to put up Elvis. And somebody asked about Blondie, so let's go ahead and show these. $45 starts. $45 starts. Probably should start Blondie at $55, but we're going to do $45. The Best of Blondie. And Ryan, I don't know if the Japanese pressings had a poster. You know, sometimes those don't match like U.S. copies. Sometimes the inserts aren't the same. They were being made on a completely different continent, so I don't know if that's the same, but this does have a very cool 2-page flip Japanese insert with lyrics. Blondie's a $45 start. The Best of Blondie, Heart of Glass, Tide is High, Dreaming, Rapture, Call Me, One Way or Another. That's a $45 start. And also, we have Elvis. And this is the 68, 69 TV special, NBC, Near Mint, and Pristine. First of all, very desirable album. Lots of people ask for this. Second of all, I don't think I've had too many Japanese versions. This has got a Japanese insert with it. That's got a Japanese insert with it. And it's got the Obi, RCA Best Buy 2000. That's both $45 starts for Elvis and Blondie. We have Jack Hewitt said he'd give 10 for Paul Simon. Let's go ahead and sell that to Jack Hewitt. Condition of Hawks and Doves. VG Plus condition. The cover's near mint and shrink wrap. The vinyl's VG Plus, $14.99. I'm assuming they didn't want Robin Gibb for $8 because Lily McCurry didn't say sold. And Lionel Richie Can't Slow Down, $14.99. Hello, it's me. That is Lionel Richie, $14.99. Ryan said $30 for the Doors LA Woman from the previous crate. Ryan Anderson, I will sell that to you for $32. I'll sell that to you for $32. That is $5 off. Lillian said pass. Blondie's at $45, going once, going twice. Looking for a $45 start on Elvis. Let me just read these titles one more time. We've sold about half of that crate. They're all buy it now, best offer. I'm just going to read the titles so we can go through another one very quickly. If you see anything you want, please let us know. We have Grand Funk, Born to Die. Encore Golden Hits, The Platters, Carly Simon, Carly Simon, Carly Simon. Who needs a Carly Simon bundle? These are $9, $9, and $15. We'll do all three of them for $20. That's like buy two, get one free, the higher value one. All three of those for $20. Carly Simon, Carly Simon. If you watch part two, I do a lot of bundling in the back. We was doing bundles left and right. If y'all wasn't watching part two last night, it was fun. We sold a lot of stuff, a lot of big bundle discounts. We have Blondie is at $45 with Denise Harrison. That's a final call, and I'm about to end Elvis. Wings at the Speed of Sound, Paul McCartney. It has Silly Love Songs on it, and also Let 'Em In. $24.99 on Paul McCartney and Wings. Also John Lennon, speaking of Paul McCartney. Double Fantasy, that's $24.99. Steve Morse is $14.99. That's in shrink wrap. Yep, $14.99. New bid on Blondie. Michael Nath is at $48. New bid on Blondie. The Best of You, Kim Carnes. That's sealed for $14.99. Procol Harum, surprised. No one got that. Salty Dog, very clean copy, $19.99. Ryan says you win. I like to win, but I want you to win too. You won by getting an OG LA Woman. This has the window cover. Look, it has the window cover. Very nice. OG. This is kind of hard to find as OG press. I mean, usually it's in reissue. It's a 71 Terre Haute. The sleeve could use an upgrade, but those are quite expensive when they're minty. That's sold to Ryan Anderson. Blondie's at $48. So who was the other bidder? Denise. Denise, let me know if you want backing on Blondie for more than $48. Let's go ahead and make Elvis a buy it now. Elvis is a buy it now for $45 if anybody wants that. Let's see if anybody was on standby waiting to claim it. That's a $45 buy it now. Michael McDowell. I knew somebody would be. Also, Gary U.S. Bonds. Gary U.S. Bonds. Fred Carnell, you were second on Elvis. And we got Blondie on a final call, especially if Denise is out. If she bids, we'll keep it rolling. Chuck Berry, Bobby Darin, Peter Frampton, John Cougar, REO Speedwagon, Turley Richards, Paul Simon, 10cc, Boz Skaggs, Three Dog Night, Deep Purple, The Young Rascals, The Andrews Sisters. We have Poco, Willie Nelson, Elvis, Boomtown Rats, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Donovan, Neil Young, Robin Gibb, and Lionel Richie. And like I said, if anybody wants all three of those Carly Simons, $20. Those were marked 10, 10, and 15. If anybody wants those. Craig, thank you. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Blondie's at 50 and Michael Nass at 52. So still between those two. All right. I'm going to grab a new crate. We got lots of new vinyl also to recap. Let's go through one of those next. Donovan was Early Treasures. Graham Prob Price. What was Graham Prob? Frampton. Frampton self-titled price was VG Plus $14.99. Denise is backing on Blondie. And what else was asked? Donovan. That was Donovan Early Treasures. It's a white label promo, $14.99. Denise is back in on Blondie, and Glalian does want the Hawks and Doves. Michael Nass out on Blondie. Denise has that for $55. That's what I was going to start it at. I feel like that's what I should have started it at, but that might be where we end. Denise has that for $55. As y'all know from tonight, we had some incredible new vinyl. Let me try to do a little bit of condensing so we can get everything into some crates. Lillian said sold for $12, and that was Peter Frampton. She's already saying sold for me. Sold for $12. That's sold to Lily McCurry. And Which Deep Purple? That was Purple Passages. When I come back, I'm selling Blondie because I'm going to bring two new records with me. Somebody said Duran Duran Rio, and we also got the Police Zenyatta Mandata. So the other night, we sold a Duran Duran. We bid on it for like an hour. Lots of bidders. This was in our hot post. I had it in an ad. I probably should do the same for this one, but I'll go ahead and sell it. Duran Duran Rio, $65 start, near mint and pristine. Japanese pressing. This album's not in print. It hadn't been reissued in a long time. Very odd that an album like this, Duran Duran, wouldn't have in print. I don't know what's up with it, but any kind of pressing now has become quite desirable, especially as Japanese pressings. $65 start for DD. That's Duran Duran. Blondie is sold for $55 to Denise Harrison. And our next Japanese pressing is going to be the Police Zenyatta Mandata, $45. De do do da, da 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 da. Y'all know that album. Don't Stand So Close to Me. $45 start, near mint minus and pristine. Very nice copy of Zenyatta Mandata. It's hard to say. There's the very cool Japanese insert with that. Just a little bit of foxing on the insert, nothing on the cover really or the obi. That's a $45 start on the police. We already have a bid on Duran Duran at $65. Let me put those there. Let me do a little bit of condensing here so I know what I have and have not shown. At this point, I'm trying to keep everything together, at least in just a couple crates. So let me do a little bit of condensing. Any 45s this week? Yes, I hadn't really announced it, but oh my gosh. Tanner, what did we find in the back room the other night? It was incredible. Me, Paul, and Tanner. It was late, like 3 a.m. Paul was here pricing stuff. I was in the back. We work late here. We found this pocket of 45s in the back. I think y'all don't realize our back room is pretty large, several thousand square feet. There are so many records back there. I really don't know what we own. I have no idea what's in inventory. But every once in a while, we find stuff. It's literally like we're treasure hunting. We found this patch of 45s that was incredible. Picture sleeves, promos, mint 60s stuff, picture sleeves, 60s, 70s, 80s. And I got them all together. I filled up 3 entire boxes. And that was just picking and choosing stuff. And I put them all in the office. I'm going to try to work on them for tomorrow night's sale, Friday night's sale, and Saturday night's sale. Just incredible. There's not millions more. There probably could be if I would have bought everything I've seen over the years, but there's thousands more back there. Millions is a stretch, but there's thousands more back there. Wait till y'all see some of these. All right, we're looking for a $45 start on the police. No bids yet. Looking for a $45, or did I say 55? I can't remember. What did I say? I'm thinking 55, but if I said 45, I'll have to honor that. If you missed it, this is the Cult Sonic Temple on green vinyl, new pressing. Never have had that before on green vinyl. 2 LP, $39.99 for the Cult Sonic Temple. Also, Charles Wesley Godwin, like I said, fairly new Americana artist. How the Mighty Fall, that's indie exclusive colored vinyl, $36.99, very comparable to the genre of Sturgill and Tyler Childers. Last copy for $36. Thomas is the high bidder on both auctions. 66 and 45. I don't know if there's any clash. I don't think so. I don't think there's any clash. We have Stones. Gurr. Stones is $84.99 for the Stones Gurr. And we have The Cure Live, $39.99. That's on white vinyl, The Cure Live. Quincy Jones, Bossa Nova, that's on blue vinyl for $19.99. Pearl Jam, self-titled, 2 LP, the Avocado album, $44.99. Also, the Rolling Stones, Through the Past Darkly, orange vinyl, $36.99. Judas Priest, the New York After Midnight Show, 1981, red vinyl, $39.99. Mudvayne, LD50, $39.99. U2 Octung Baby, $34.99. All right, Thomas gets these uncontested, 65 and 45. The last Duran Duran we sold brought over $200. Thomas got that one for 65. Next, Japanese auctions. Let's do some movie-related stuff. It's getting to the point of the show where if these keep selling, I'll keep putting them up. But if not, I really need to get them promoted for another show because it's late and we got some killer Japanese auctions. The next is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. The OG, $55 start. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, $55 start. Very nice. Or I guess this is the second Indiana Jones, right? Yes, this is the second Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, 55. Still an OG press, not the OG movie though. $55 start, beautiful glossy cover from Japan, very well made. The cover is flawless. It includes the very cool, how iconic is that? Harrison Ford, $55 start. I've been buying some autographs lately. That's my newest kick, is buying some just kind of nostalgia, sentimental autographs. And last night I was looking at some Harrison Ford autograph posters. Some of them are kind of pricey, but I was looking for some autographed records too. Hard to find that stuff. And when you do, it's like, well, should I spend $300 on this? And then I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and spend $300 on this. Okay, from the original soundtrack, The Story of Star Wars, also a $55 start. This includes a multi-page. This has Luke. What's that flashing? Han Solo. We're losing our deflector shield. Strap yourselves in. I'm going to make the jump to light speed. This also includes the narrations. It also has the book here in the gatefold. Long time ago. And also, look, Harrison Ford, where was he? There he is. Han Solo. What happened to him? Oh, there he is. There's Harrison again. He was in a couple popular movies, you know. You may have heard of him before. Harrison Ford. Very cool. Look at the Obi on this one. Fantastic. We auctioned off that other Star Wars earlier. It was amazing. I can't believe that didn't get more bids. This one's also incredible. $55 start. We have 2 bids. We have bids on both. Next up to the top, Sherry Darnell wants the last Charles Wesley Godwin. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. That is now sold out. We also have U2, Silverchair Freak Show, $39. Surprised no one grabbed that. It is limited and numbered from Music on Vinyl. Also, David Johnson, any chance you still have the Mo5 Big Brother and the Holding Company? David, we do. Sorry I missed your comment. We do. It's in that teal tub right behind the counter. It has an orange strip at the top. Also, Eric Church, Desperate Man, $26.99. And we have Lamb of God Wrath, $39.99. When Harrison Ford signs now for official picks, his all starts $750 plus range. I know. That's why some of those posters I was looking at, like autographed Star Wars posters, really expensive. Some of these guys charge a lot of money to sign stuff, even though I don't really think he needs the money. He's got to be close to a billionaire. Cheap Thrills, Big Brother and the Holding Company. And David, this has got the notorious seam splits at the top. This has the notorious seam splits at the top. $69.99. That is 2LP 45 RPM. Also, Silverchair, Frog Stomp is $49.99. Primus is $28.99. Jackal is $39.99. And Annihilator, Alice in Hell is $39.99. All right, we got bids on both auctions. Temple of Doom, $55. Star Wars, $55. Final call. If anybody else wants anything in here, now is the time. Annihilator, Jackal, Primus, Silverchair, Lamb of God, Eric Church, Silverchair, U2, Mudvayne, Judas Priest, Rolling Stones, Pearl Jam, Quincy Jones. I like that myself. The Cure, White Vinyl, Unofficial, The Stones Live, The Cult, Sonic Temple, The Cult, Sonic Temple on green vinyl. Thomas wants the Cheap Thrills. David, let me know if you want this. Was there another copy, Tanner, just in case?
One that's the same price at the top.
Yeah. The bag is open.
Yeah, the bags.
Tanner says there's another copy. It also has seam splits, and the perforation has been torn open. He says it might not have. Check the bottom, too. Mo5 is notorious for seam splitting. Yeah, they're almost all seam split. Bring that one over, too, because we got one sold. David has dibs, so Thomas, if you're okay with this one, the bag is being slightly opened. I'm assuming you're probably going to open it and play it anyway. That's another bad thing about Mo5. It's these bags, we keep them behind the counter because a lot of times customers, just people being jerks, they'll come in and just rip these open for the fun of it. So kids or whoever, someone not really knowing what they're doing. All right, both of those are sold. Big Brother and the Holding Company, sold and sold. Let's also go ahead and end these auctions. Tony Barrar gets Star Wars for $55, and Thomas Hujar gets Temple of the Doom for $55. All right, let's move on to the next crate. I do have more new vinyl to go through, but I want to go through a little bit more vintage buy it now best offer. So let me grab a crate over here to the side. Let me take a deep breath because I'm out of breath as usual. I got to start hitting the gym harder or something, Tanner. Out of breath. I have a bad heart. I know I do, even at my age. I'll be standing and I'm out of breath just standing. Addison's over here shaking her head. Whew. Everybody's like, did you steal my phone, Tanner? Yep. Okay, I was like, what happened to my phone? What happened to my phone? All right, let's go through some buy it now best offer. Also, my other phone has had 4 missed calls since the show got started. I'll have to call back those people next week. Tanner's got my phone. Thank you. We have, did you sell the Moondog from a few weeks ago? I think we sold that on Discogs. We sold that on Discogs. Okay, we have David Lee Roth, Crazy from the Heat. That is $26.99. That's a 4-track, I think a 4-track EP, David Lee Roth. Crazy from the Heat. Here's our next Japanese pressings. Boy, we still got some incredible stuff. Let's continue with the soundtracks. Let's do Jaws, and let's go ahead and run a Van Halen 5150. Let's go ahead and run a Van Halen 5150. And if you missed my big announcement, one of the biggest announcements of the years one of the biggest announcements of the years is right here. Well, first of all, if you pre-ordered this, there's now a price change on it. This has went down from $59.99 to $31.99. If you want in on the pre-order for the Prince soundtrack to the Batman movie, that has went down from $60 to $32 because it's now being pressed in the U.S. and we don't have to pay import fees. But the biggest announcement of the day, week, and probably year is we have Van Halen 5150 OU812 Balance and For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge being reissued along with a bonus disc in a box set. $134.99 is going to be our price, hopefully. If it's much more than that, I will definitely let y'all know, but I won't have details until midnight. They're releasing that to our distributors, and we've already got, we have 99 comments, but I know some people bought 2. We had one guy buy 3 of them, so we have 100 of those already sold. 100 of those have already been sold, pre-sold, and I really hadn't even officially posted it, nor really promoted it yet. Next Japanese auctions, Jaws soundtrack, also a John Williams score. Can you hear the Jaws theme in your head? This is a near mint minus and pristine Japanese pressing. This has the obi with it, and we have a Japanese insert. This is the Jaws soundtrack. Very cool. I don't think I've ever had one of these with an obi before. If I have, I haven't. $45. Any news on the live Van Halen? No. Since they've announced this, they probably won't announce anything else until probably end of the year or first of next year. But that was probably a record store day only. But now that it looks like the licensing is through and they are repressing those albums, then I'm sure more other Van Halen stuff's to follow, including live and hopefully eventually a greatest hits. That will be a huge seller if they ever do a Van Halen greatest hits. 5150 Japanese press, $55 start for 5150. Near mint pristine. If you're still on just the OG chain, if you're still just on the OG train, even though they're finally about to reissue this, but it's a box only. So they're repressing this, but it's going to be a box only. So, but this is a Japanese OG. It's near mint and pristine. $55 star. Best of both worlds. Dreams. Why can't this be love? When love walks in. Thomas is in on Jaws at 45. Van Halen's a 55. Beautiful copy. Beautiful copy. 44 and 45 on that. All right. Let's go through this crate. This is all buy it now best offer. David Lee Roth was the first record. Speaking of Van Halen, $26.99. These are all buy it now best offer. Please don't hesitate to make offers, and definitely don't hesitate to just go ahead and buy them. Rosington Collins Band, anytime, anyplace, anywhere, $24.99. $24.99. Rosington Collins Band. Laura Branigan, this has her hit song on it, Gloria, $9.99. We have 45 on Jaws, going once, going twice. Ray Charles invites you to listen. Ray Charles is $19.99. He invites you to listen. Jerry Butler sings assorted sounds with the aid of assorted friends and relatives. Jerry Butler is $24.99. And Niels Lofgren, Grin, 1+1, $14.99. Final call on Jaws for 45. And final call if you want to bid on 5150 before I make that a buy it now. I'm going to take a drink of water right quick. Excuse me. Okay, new bid on Jaws, $46. What's the 5150? That's an album by Van Halen. It's up for auction. It's a near mint Japanese pressing. We're looking for a $55 starting bid before I make it a buy it now. Neither one of us, Gladys Knight and the Pips, $9.99. David's in on Van Halen at $55. Bonnie Raitt, Sweet Forgiveness. Bonnie Raitt is $9.99. New bids on both our auctions. Jaws is at 47, Van Halen's at 55. The classic, Straubs, with a big strawberry right in the middle of Stonehenge. That's on my bucket list. I want to go see Stonehenge one day. Tanner, you coming with me? Straubs is $29.99. Stonehenge next week? You want to go to Stonehenge next week? Tanner says he's out. Addison? No. No, okay. They're passing on Stonehenge. I guess nobody wants to go to Stonehenge. I'd love to go over there. Play golf. That's in Scotland, isn't it? $29.99. Carly Simon is $9.99. Also, Clyde and Mary Denny with Wade Hill and Company, the Fort Worth Jail, $14.99. Jaws is at $50. Spyro Gyra, Access All Areas, $19.99 for Spyro Gyra. New bid on Jaws at $50. And we have Quadrophenia Original Motion Picture Soundtrack, $29.99. Does 5150 have any inserts? It has a Japanese 2-page flip with it. David Howard has that for $55. It's a beautiful copy, and that's a final call. This is the soundtrack to Quadrophenia, $29.99. Frank Sinatra, Come Dance With Me, VG Plus, $9.99. Gordon Lightfoot, the essential Gordon Lightfoot compilation, $29.99. It would be perfect if it had the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Minus that, it's some of his best work, and it's presented in a great way, just the way it plays. This is Gord's Gold, $29.99. By the way, everything in here is buy it now, best offer. Bonniewell, Music Machine, Ignition, Music Machine is $39.99. Jeff's out on Jaws, so $51 on Jaws. Final call. We're going to go ahead and sell David Howard, Van Halen for $55. Crosby, Stills, and Nash is EX $19.99. And Chris Farrar wants Gord's Gold. What year is Jaws? I can't tell you that for sure. The copyright on the cover says 75, 2,200 yen. Just the way the Obi looks, and it looks like it's OG, probably from the year of the release on that. Stonehenge is west of London. Wow, I was in the wrong country. I thought it was in, Well, I'm planning on going there too, so when I go walk across Abbey Road, I'll walk over to Stonehenge too. Okay, that's fine. New Japanese auctions, because I'm about to sell Jaws. Somebody requested Fleetwood Mac, and I'm also going to go ahead and knock out another Yes album. I don't think I've ever had this as a Japanese pressing. This is really cool. I probably will listen to it tonight. And this is Fleetwood Mac, self-titled. This is going to be a $55 start. Classic Fleetwood Mac album. Say You Love Me, Landslide, World Tuning, Sugar Daddy, I'm So Afraid. Monday Morning, Warm Ways, Blue Letter, Rhiannon, Over My Head, and Crystal. Fleetwood Mac, self-titled, that's a $55 start. $55 start. Fleetwood Mac, self-titled. The cover has a little bit of foxing, discoloration, but it is super nice. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. That's a $55 start. All right, let's sell Jaws to Thomas Hujar for $51. Another classic Yes album. Yes, Yesterdays. This is one I don't have too often. Yesterdays is a compilation of early Yes songs. It was put out in 74. You know, Yes was out 69, 70, 71. Fragile came out, and then they had a pretty big run of popularity in 72, 73. And so they put out this compilation of some of their earlier tracks in 1974. So most of these tracks are from 69 and 70. Near Mint Pristine, some of my favorite songs on here. This is also going to be a $45 start. Yesterdays is also complete with the Japanese insert. There's John Anderson, Chris Squire, rest in peace, Peter Banks, and Tony Kaye. Very cool. Early Yes, $45 start on that. Denise is in on the Fleetwood Mac at $55. Yes is a $45 start. We also have Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2. That's a VG copy for $19.99. Roxy Music, Avalon, EX Condition, $19.99 for Roxy Music Avalon. The Rolling Stones, Hot Rocks is VG, $19.99. The Rolling Stones Hot Rocks, that's VG for $19.99. And we have the Marshall Tucker Band, Long Hard Ride. Marshall Tucker Band is $14.99. Long Hard Ride. April Wine, Harder Faster, that's VG for $9.99. And The Mighty Quinn by Manfred Mann, EX Condition, $29.99. The Mighty Quinn, Manfred Mann, EX Condition, $29.99. Heartbreak Express, Dolly Parton, VG copy for $12.99. Also, we have Houston Fearless, VG Plus, $39.99 from 1969. Houston Fearless, self-titled. We got bids on both our auctions. Fleetwood Mac's at $55. That's now a final call. Tony, the one and only bidder on Yes at $45. That's now a final call. John Kay from Steppenwolf, My Sporting Life. That's EX $17.99. John Kay. Wishbone Ash, No Smoke Without Fire. VG Plus $14.99 for Wishbone Ash. And The Who, It's Hard. That's a VG copy for $9.99. Eminence Front. The Age of Aquarius, The Fifth Dimension. VG Plus $9.99. Montrose, Jump On It. Montrose is VG for $9.99. And we have Wings, Back to the Egg. It has the little hop sticker on it with the title, VG Plus $17.99. All right. Fleetwood Mac is sold to Denise for $55. Tony Shore gets Yes for $45. Rich Shockley wants Aquarius, Age of Aquarius. That's sold to Rich Shockley. Next is the classic Moody Blues. There they are. Is that the first one of the night? Days of Future Past, EX condition, $17.99. Denise offered 8 for DP. That was Dolly Parton. We had that marked for $12.99. Let's go ahead and sell that to Denise for 8. And Jeffrey DeLong wants the Montrose. If you're just hopping on, we're doing a crate of vintage buy now best offer. We still have a handful of Japanese auctions left, but they're all fantastic titles. We're going to run a couple more next. Let's do a Joplin and let's do a Rat. Whoa. I'm usually not putting up stuff like Janis Joplin and Rat at $10.10, but these are excellent titles. They're both going to be $55 starts. Janis Joplin, Down on Me, Get It While You Can, Bye Bye Baby, Move Over, Ball and Chain, also Piece of My Heart, Summertime, Try Just a Little Bit Harder, Cry Baby, and of course, Me and Bobby McGee, written by Chris Christopherson. $55 start, Janis Joplin's Greatest Hits. That is a mint Japanese pressing, complete with the obi here. It also has got a really, really nice cover with it. No signs of wear. Mint lyric insert on that one. And that's a $55 start. Let's see, where's the lyrics to Me and Bobby McGee at? There's Ball and Chain, Summertime. Let's see, Busted Flat and Van Rouge. Isn't that, I thought it was supposed to be Baton Rouge. Is it Van Rouge? Busted Flat? I thought it was Busted Flat and Baton Rouge. Waiting for a Train, and I was feeling that might be a misprint. Waiting for a Train, and I was feeling Near as Faded as My Jeans. $55 start, Janis Joplin's Greatest Hits. All of Out of the Cellar, $55. I've noticed a lot of misprints with Japanese lyric sheets. I guess if they did the translations, maybe sometimes they didn't come across quite accurately on that. But I've noticed sometimes live, y'all, every once in a while y'all hear me kind of read off some lyrics to a famous song. And sometimes I'll look at them and be like, wait a minute, this isn't right. Rat, Out of the Cellar. I'm pretty sure it's Busted Flat and Baton Rouge, but it may be Van Rouge. I may have my CDs wrong. Rat, Out of the Cellar, Near Mint, Minus, and Pristine, Japanese pressing. And this has the lyric insert with it. Wanted Man, Round and Round is on here. Rat is perfect with obi. Just a $55 start. We've sold these before for over $100. I've sold those for over $100 before here on this very same sale. Those are both $55 starts. Back up to the top. Tawana Bennett offered $14 for Moody Blues. That sold to Tawana for $14. Joe Hawkins, you were second on Montrose. Troy's at $55 with Janis Joplin and David Lee Roth. Michael Dwayne Sevilla offered $12.99. If that was for David Lee Roth, Dwayne, I had this one marked $26.99. I would do $20 on it, but I can't do $12.99. But I would do $19.99 on that if you're interested. The History of Eric Clapton, fantastic compilation. EX condition, History of Eric Clapton 2LP. It's on the original yellow Atco label. This has his stuff with the Blues Breakers. It has stuff from Cream. It has some of his stuff from Derek and the Dominoes, like Layla. Also with Blind Faith, Sea of Joy. Crossroads is on here. That is $32.99. EX condition. A New Beginnings, The Mad Lads. That's VG Plus $19.99. Also 2001, A Space Odyssey, VG condition $9.99. We have Rat at $55 with Shane Devers. That's now a final call. I was just about to sell Janis Joplin, but we got a new bid. Michael Word, also a very high quality jacket on that one. Michael Word is in at $56. Dwayne said he'd give $17.99. Let's go ahead and sell that to Mr. Dwayne, longtime customer. David Lee Roth, $17.99. Rat 56, new bids. And we have Lucifer's Friend, a VG copy, $39.99 from 1973. So no new bids on both of our auctions. Steppenwolf, Rest in Peace, that's a VG copy for $9.99. Also Wishbone Ash, EX $17.99. John Mayall, The Turning Point, EX $22.99. We have Rat 56, Sherry Darnell, 28 on Eric Clapton. Let's go ahead and sell that to Sherry Darnell for 28. Rat's at 60. Janis is at 57. Janis is at 57. Elvin Bishop, Hometown Boy, Makes Good. VG Plus $9.99 on Elvin Bishop. Ryder, Carole King. Carole King is VG Plus $9.99. The Cars, Candy O has the hype sticker on the front. VG Plus $17.99. and it has the original inner sleeve, VG Plus $17.99. Trust, Elvis Costello, VG $9.99. The Rolling Stones, Some Girls, that's only $14.99. It's a second cover, and it's VG, but just $14.99 if you don't have that already in your collection. And Big Brother and the Holding Company, there's Janis. Janis Joplin, VG Plus, $24.99. VG Plus $24.99. This is on the mainstream label, $24.99 on that. And Spooky Tooth, The Mirror, EX $17.99. Janis 57, excuse me, getting tongue twisted. Rat 62, Brian Liggins at 12 on the Cars. Brian, such a great album. I was thinking 15, but let's say just $2 more and I'll sell that to you, Brian. $14 on the Cars, Candy-O. Usually those things are gone off the bat. Rat 65, Janis 59, and Rat 66. I'm thinking 14 on the Cars, Brian. Let me read through these one more time. If you want to make an offer on anything, go right ahead. I'm going to read through the titles. I do have another crate of new vinyl to recap, and there's some stuff in there that I've never shown before. I need to do. Cars is good. Brian says he's good. Thank you. Kara said she'd get 15. I've already sold it for 14. And Rat's at 68. Janis Joplin's at 59. Michael Nath is at 59 on Janis. Now it's at 61, and Rat's at 68. We probably need to go ahead and get a third auction going because we do have more to get to. I can keep up with 3 auctions. I usually don't do that, but we do have more we need to go ahead and sell. And we probably can say we've sold this whole crate of Japanese vinyl. The next is Rainbow, and this is up for auction. This is Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. If y'all recall, not too long ago, we had a beautiful copy of this we auctioned. Here's another one, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. The vinyl is near mint minus and pristine. This is going to be a $55 start. If you want to bid on this, we already have an R for Rat. So if you're going to bid on Rat, please spell it out. And if you want to bid on this, put Rainbow or Rain. $55 start. There's the Japanese insert. This one does have a little bit of foxing. You really can't see it, but right in here in the clouds, a little bit of foxing. I've always going to note, what an awesome cover. It's a guitar castle. Orange Obi, very nice. You can just see little hints of foxing. The vinyl's near mint pristine. It has the insert, and of course, this is Ronnie James Dio, Rainbow. Fantastic vocalist. If you like rock music, $55 start on Rainbow. Thomas is out on Rat. Shane has that for 68, and now Janis Joplin's at 63. Here's what's left in this bin. If you need prices or information, let me know. Rossington Collins Band, Laura Branigan, Ray Charles, Jerry Butler, Niels Lofgren, Gladys Knight, Bonnie Raitt, Classics Drops, Carly Simon, Clyde and Marie Denny, Spyro Gyra, The Who, Frank Sinatra, Music Machine, Crosby, Stills and Nash. We also have Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. Troy's back in on Janis Joplin at 65. Thomas is out on Rat, so let's make that a final call at 68, and we're looking for a $55 start on Rainbow. Roxy Music, the Rolling Stones, Hot Rocks is still available. It's only $19.99. What an awesome compilation. Tim Luddy's back in on Rat at 69. Marshall Tucker Band, April Wine, The Mighty Quinn, Houston Fearless, also John Kay, Wishbone Ash, The Who, Wings, Back to the Egg, the Mad Lads, 2001 Space Odyssey, Condition on Roxy, Jeffrey DeLong, Roxy Music Avalon. EX on the vinyl, also about a VG Plus cover. EX on the vinyl, $19.99. Shane's right back in on Rat at 70. Tim Luddy has been trying to buy a copy of Rat for 2 years. I feel like every time he's on, he's been on a Rat LP. Shane's at 70 on that. Can you get Elf self-titled Japanese? I highly doubt it. That would be pretty rare, so it's hard enough to get a U.S. pressing. Janis Joplin, Michael Nath's out. Tim Luddy's at 71 on Rat. But you have one task, Shane. You're going to have to outbid, or Tim, you've got one task. You've got to outbid Shane Devers, and sometimes that's a challenge. VG, $9.99. Wishbone Ash, also John Mayall, Elvin Bishop, Carole King, Elvis Costello, the Rolling Stones, Big Brother, and Spooky Tooth. All right, let's go ahead and sell Janis Joplin then. Troy Chirac gets Janis Joplin for $65. Let's make Rainbow a buy it now for $55. The last time we had one of those up, it had like 12 different bidders. Now it's a $55 buy it now. Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, $55 buy it now if anybody wants it. Lily McCurry wants the John Mayall. Let's go ahead and pull that out of here while I know where it is. That was sold to Lily McCurry. Rosington Collins Band. What was the price? Rosington Collins Band. That is right in here. Rosington Collins Band. Where are you? That was the first record of the bin. John Smetzer, that was $24.99. No condition notes. Rat 71, Rat 75. Conditional rainbow. The vinyl's near mint minus and pristine. The cover is VG Plus to EX. It also includes the original inner sleeve or the original insert as well. That's a $55 buy it now. No claim yet. Tim, it's yours if you want it. Shane Devers has Rat for $75. I'm surprised no one else got that. Did I miss anything else in here? John says he passed on that. If I missed anything else, please let me know. We're going to go ahead and run our next auction, which is Elton John and John Lennon. I usually get these guys' names mixed up. Sometimes I'll show an Elton John album and I'll say John Lennon. Sometimes I show a John Lennon album, I'll show Elton John. This time they're together live. Elton John and John Lennon live, November 28th, 1974, DJM, and that is mint. That is mint for a $45 start. Also, Tim Luddy, let me know if you're in or out on Rat, because Shane Devers has that for $75. This is a mint copy of Elton John and John Lennon live. $45 start. Beautiful cover of Obi. Just a $45 start on that. All right. Tim Luddy says he's out on Rat. 2 years plus 1 day. He still hadn't got a copy. Well, you know, you might as well just go ahead and buy the box set, Tim. For $199.99, I can sell you every Rat album ever made, remastered. 180-gram vinyl, and you get a book and inserts and bumper stickers. You just need to go ahead and buy that and get it over with. $199.99. This is sold to Shane Devers for $75. Nobody wants Rainbow, are you sure? Before that gets run again tomorrow and it sells for $88. Rainbow's a $55 buy it now. Lily McCurry has John Lennon for $45. That's now going once, going twice. Elton John and John Lennon live, 1974. How would you like to be at that concert? Next Japanese auction is Boston. Self-titled, mint Japanese pressing with Obi. This is a $65 start. Boston, self-titled, mint Japanese pressing, super nice, clean copy. Orange Epic label. It has the Obi with it. It also has the lyric insert, More Than a Feeling, Piece of a Mind, Long Time, Rock and Roll Band, Smoke and Hitch a Ride. Something About You, Let Me Take You Home Tonight. That is a $65 start. Thomas is already in at $70. New Dokken singles out. Yeah, there's supposed to be a new Dokken album coming out. Lily McCurry's at $45 on Elton John, going once, going twice. Let me grab a new crate of vinyl. Let me do that right now. I'm going to put this crate right over here. We've sold about a whole crate doing Buy It Now Best Offer. Let me remind you of some of the new vinyl that came in today. We've been showing and recapping new vinyl for the last 4 hours. That's how much we had come in. The first is a box set that I also highly recommend. This is Led Zeppelin, the complete BBC sessions. Led Zeppelin, the complete BBC sessions. That is $214.99. That's a 5 LP, 3 CD box set. That's the complete Led Zeppelin. I can't recommend that more. $214.99. Also, Tool, Lateralis, 2 LP picture disc, $44.99. Metallica, S&M 2. That's on orange marbled vinyl. Orange marbled vinyl, $74.99. Tony Brar on Tool. Tony, I've already got one of those pulled for you. You was already on a waiting list on that. So final call on John Lennon and Elton John at $45. We got new bids on Boston, $70, now $71. There's Metallica. Tool, Fear Inoculum, 3 LP. That's black vinyl, $76.99. Neil Young, Harvest Moon, excellent sounding record, 2 LP, $36.99. Also, Tool Undertow is $33.99. Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny, $31.99. And then the new Neil Young, I'm surprised we didn't sell these. We had 2 pre-orders, but this is a lost album, unreleased, sourced from the original analog tapes, $54.99, 2 LP. Thomas is right back in on Boston at $75. Let's go ahead and sell Lily McCurry, the Elton John and John Lennon. That's sold for $45. And I'm down to 3 LPs, and I've saved some of the best for last. I'm going to go ahead and run this one. It's going to be, I'm thinking, well, also because of the time, I know we probably can get a bid, but I need to start this at $65. This is Led Zeppelin Presence. Now, the vinyl is your typical near mint minus, extremely nice Japanese pressing. This is Led Zeppelin Presence, $65 start. It does have the lyric insert with a little bit of foxing. It does have a little bit of foxing. There's the original inner sleeve. It does have some spot foxing on it, and the gatefold does have noticeable foxing, as you can see. There is some discoloration, humidity marks there and here on the front cover, but it's still a Japanese pressing of Presence with Obi. $65 start, Led Zeppelin. That is up for bid. Boston, 75, 76, 80, and now 85 with Jeffrey DeLong, now 90. We have Rob Zombie, Astro Creep 2000 live. I haven't had this. Did we sell any tonight? I think we still got all 3 copies. I don't know if we've had so much new vinyl tonight, it might have got overlooked. Rob Zombie performs the entire White Zombie album, Astro Creep 2000 live. Tony Barrar wants one. I've got 2 left. Yeah, I haven't had that in a long time. Marty Robbins, Gunfighter Ballads and Trail Songs. That's on colored vinyl. That's what the original cover looks like. That's a $24.99. Also, Metallica and the City of Brotherly Love, red vinyl, $39.99. Primus, Tales from the Punch Bowl. Primus is $33.99. Joy Division, live, University of London Union, 1980. Pearl Jam by Neural, $39.99. Erasure is $29.99. The Innocents and Lindsey Buckingham and Christine McVie, $31.99. James Bragg wants a Metallica S&M 2. Good decision there. Boston's at 95. Boston's at 100. Did I get the Primus already? I don't think you got Tales from the Punch Bowl. Also, earlier tonight, I had a Miscellaneous Debris. I don't think you were watching and somebody claimed it. But I don't think you have Tales from the Punch Bowl. I'm pretty sure you don't, Tony. So I'll put you down for that if you want it. And let me know if you want a copy of Miscellaneous Debris. So that's so to Tony. And I also had Miscellaneous Debris, and I don't think you had that either. So Boston's at 100. Jeffrey DeLong, you're out. Final call if anybody wants to bid on Led Zeppelin before I make it a buy it now for $65. It does have some cover issues, but I'm telling you, if this was mint, I probably would be starting at $20 or $30 higher if that was a mint copy. So pretty big discount because of the foxing. Michael says he's in at 65. One more run through on these. Lindsey Buckingham and Christine McVie. Erasure, Pearl Jam, Joy Division, Metallica, Marty Robbins, Rob Zombie, Neil Young, Tenacious D, Tool, Neil Young, Tool, S&M, Tool, and Led Zeppelin cover issues. It does have some foxing in the gatefold, Michael. Just does have some foxing, discoloration spots, as you can see. Not really on the front. You can kind of see them right here and a little bit on the back. So let me know if you still want to bid. If not, then that's okay. Jeffrey DeLong, let me know if you're out on Boston. Let me know if you're out on Boston. I've got 3 crates of new vinyl left. 3 crates of new vinyl left from tonight. That's not what I have left to show. I have left to show, I think, just a couple. Here's another empty crate. I've already emptied a lot of crates tonight. There's 2 more. Michael says he's going to pass. Denise wants Buckingham and, B&M. Buckingham and McVie. I naturally want to say Buckingham and Nix, but Buckingham and McVie. That's so did Denise Harrison. All right, I'm waiting for Jeffrey DeLong. Did he say out on this? I'm waiting. And, all right, I'll go ahead and make Led Zeppelin a buy it now then. If anybody wants that for $65, that's a buy it now. Along with Rainbow, which is still over there for a $55 buy it now. Let's see, got another crate here. Jeffrey DeLong is in on Boston at 105. Here's the new Colt, the Ceremony. Excuse me, I got that kind of wrong. The Colt Ceremony, blue and red vinyl. We had a huge pre-order on this, $39.99 for the Colt Ceremony. Let me put up a new Japanese auction. So we got 2 buy it nows. Led Zeppelin Presence, great album. Of course, I'm a fan, but Achilles' Last Stand, For Your Life is great. Nobody's Fault But Mine. Hot's On for Nowhere, T for One. That is, of course, the epic Achilles' Last Stands on there. Led Zeppelin's a $65 buy it now. Thomas is at 110. Jeffrey says he's out. So final call in Boston at 110. And we still got Rainbow over here for a $55 buy it now. Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. So Zeppelin 65, Rainbow 55. Those are still available. I'm going to put those right over here. Only 2 no bids for tonight. And Boston is a final call for $110. The Colt is on blue and red vinyl. That is $39.99. Billy Idol, Rebel Yell, $28.99. One of the new mini Ace Frehleys. There's 3 new Ace Frehleys tonight. This one's called Space Invader. They're all 45 RPM on colored vinyl. They're all 45 RPM on colored vinyl. $44.99. Michael Ward did say 65, and then he retracted because of the damage to the cover. And Godzilla is $33.99. Godzilla is $33.99. That's the original Godzilla Soundtrack, $33.99 if I could get it back in the crate. There we go. Godzilla's $33.99. So only 1, 2, 3, 4 titles in there. The Cult, Billy Idol, Ace Frehley, and Godzilla. Boston is sold to Thomas Hujar for $110. That means I've only got 2 new Japanese auctions to show you. And I'm going to put those up right now as soon as I set this new crate up here. Let me get to this new crate if I can do that. What other ace do you have? You're about to see those right now. The first one is Turn the Wrong Way. Let's see here. It's Space Invader, Anomaly, and the other one is called, I had it in the other bin. This one's called Anomaly, or is there one in here? There should be at least one in here unless I sold it. Is there one in the Space Invader? Spaceman. Spaceman. Those aren't sold there. I think I sold another Spaceman out of here. I need to grab an extra one. Yeah. Those aren't claimed. Those are just extras. 2 more Spaceman. Yeah, I sold these earlier, so I need to restock it. So the other 2 Ace Frehleys are Anomaly, $49.99, Deluxe 10th Anniversary, green and clear vinyl, and then Spaceman. Spaceman is on clear and grape vinyl, $44.99. Def Leppard, the best of Def Leppard. It does have a seam split right up here, just a light seam crackle, but that is a 2 LP best of Def Leppard for $46.99. Smashing Pumpkins, Unplugged Acoustic, that's an unofficial for $38.99, and Alan Jackson is $36.99. No, none of Ace's original stuff is in print, unfortunately. Okay, we have 2 new Japanese pressings. I've been listening to a lot of this album lately. I forgot how good Bob Dylan's Desire is. This has the song Hurricane on it. Hurricane, Bob Dylan. This is a great album. This is a mint Japanese pressing. $45 start for Bob Dylan Desire album. It's a really nice copy. It includes the original 2-page Japanese flip, the original inner sleeve, and it has the cover with the Obi Bob Dylan Desire near mint Japanese pressing. $45 start. Forgot how great of an album that was. $45 start, Bob Dylan Desire. And then also for a $55 start, I usually have at least one a week. If not, we'll have one every other week. This is one of the classics. Songs from the Big Chair, Tears for Fears, Near Mint Minus and Pristine, Japanese pressing. I have this myself. It sounds fantastic. That's a $55 start. So Bob Dylan, $45, and Tears for Fears is $55. Okay, we have Primus Anti-Pop for $34.99. Also, Neil Young at Massey Hall, $36.99. Primus Frizzle Fry is $28.99. The Rolling Stones Let It Bleed, $36.99. Metallica S&M 1 is $59.99. Ryan Bingham, new album, Watch Out for the Wolf. That's on orange vinyl, $29.99. Primus Pop, Anti-Pop, sold to Tony Barara. That's sold to Tony Barara. Also, we need to put him on a waiting list for Miscellaneous Debris. Bob Dylan's a $45 start. Tears for Fears is a $55. Yes, there'll be more Japanese tomorrow. There's some we didn't get to. Yeah, there's a whole nother box over there we didn't get to. Right, Tanner?
That's right.
That's right. Addison also agrees. Okay, let's go through. Let's see what we got here. What time is it? 10:30. We are at 10:30. I'm probably going to do at least one more crate of Buy It Now Best Offer, and then we're probably going to stop for the night and come back tomorrow at 7 o'clock Central Time. But in the meantime, because I feel like I've overwhelmed everybody tonight, we've been through so much vinyl. I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4. I just went through 7 crates. Before that, I think we already been through 13 crates. So we've been through like 20 crates tonight. Of course, some of those were recaps with a lot of vinyl. And then there's 2 crates of vintage here. And then I've got vintage new Buy It Now Best Offer stuff from tonight. So that's what I wanted to do next, is start going through some of the new Buy It Now Best Offer stuff from earlier tonight, because there was some great Buy It Now Best Offer, or there was some great new vintage stuff from tonight that needs to be shown Buy It Now Best Offer. Promised Miscellaneous Debris. Okay, if anybody wants to make these Buy It Nows, you can get some late night deals. 45 on Bob Dylan Desire and 55 on Tears for Fears. No show tomorrow. That is funny. Big show tomorrow. I'm going to start running ads tomorrow. You'll see ads in the morning. Hopefully, they'll appear if Facebook's doing their job, and we'll be doing that tomorrow night. So, big show. You'll see some very cool stuff featured that I hadn't really shown yet. $45 and $55 Buy It Nows on those. Let's go through these. Probably if these don't sell tonight, they'll probably be in a post tomorrow. Orchestra Maneuvers in the Dark. This is the Pacific Age. EX condition, $17.99 for Orchestra Maneuvers in the Dark. Miles Davis, Kind of Blue, VG Plus, $16.99. Also, Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Dawn, and a nice pair. That's VG, $24.99. Waiting for the Hard Times to Go, Jim Ringer, VG copy, $9.99. The Doors, self-titled, VG, $19.99, red label. Sonny Boy Williamson, More Real Folk Blues. That's a 66 mono promo, VG, $29.99. Junk Culture, Orchestra Maneuvers in the Dark, is EX, $17.99. Ultravox Vienna is EX, $19.99. I'm just curious, is there anybody watching interested in bidding on Stevie Ray Vaughan or the Warriors poster? Anybody that's watching right now kind of think that you might be bidding on those two records tomorrow? Just curious, because I know some people has told me they're definitely going to be watching. They don't know if they're going to bid or be able to buy it, but they know they're going to be watching to see if it's in their wheelhouse. But the Beatles 65 is a 64 mono, VG, $22.99. Born Free, Frank Ifield, is VG Plus, $9.99. Yes, Slaughter's also coming this week. The Slaughter reissue should be here tomorrow, if not the next day. Also, the new Music on Vinyl Collected that's out this week. What's that one called? Is it also they announced a new Music on Vinyl too. George Harrison, Extra Texture. George Harrison is VG, $12.99. Nancy Griffin, Once in Very Blue Moon, VG Plus, $14.99. And we have the Essential Lester Young, VG, $12.99. I will drop a hint. Stevie Ray Vaughan starting bid will be 4 digits, and it will most likely be starting with a 2, just FYI. So just go ahead and let everybody know. I'll give you a late night if you're still watching with us. It's probably going to start with a 2, and it's going to be 4 digits left of the decimal. Not Stevie Ray Vaughan, Saturday Night Fever. This is SNF. Stevie Ray Vaughan is SRV. This is VG Plus, $17.99. Daniel Cody said he'd give 10 on Nancy Griffin. Go ahead and sell that to Daniel Cody for $10. Young Gifted in Black, Aretha Franklin, EX, $34.99. We have a Stevie Ray Vaughan autograph. Stevie Ray Vaughan autograph. Benton, this is a $55 buy it now. $55 buy it now. Reelin' Rockin' and Rollin'. If you have a Facebook page, make sure you're following us on Facebook. That's where I do most of our promotions, is on Facebook and Instagram of what we're going to be selling. I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of YouTube videos, so if you're only on YouTube, you might not get to see a lot of our promotions. I need to start posting, I guess, our flip videos as YouTube shorts. I guess I could start doing that. So when does the Rack Greatest Hits come in? That's next month, I think. I think that's next month. Sell Aretha Franklin to 28, or sell Aretha Franklin to Michael Nath for 28. Kara, I will sell you Saturday Night Fever for 15. Benton Bragg, let me know if you want Tears for Fears for 50. Steppenwolf Gold, their greatest hits, that's EX, $16.99. And Bob Dylan Desire was a $45 buy it now. The Beach Boys Summer Day, 65 mono, Los Angeles Press, VG Plus, $27.99. We also have Jethro Tull Aqualung, VG minus $12.99. The top seam is starting to split. Astro Sounds from Beyond the Year 2000, 101 strings. This is Good Plus, $24.99. It's an original 68 US press on that one. Jimmy Spheres, Isle of View, VG Plus, $9.99. John Young said $18.99 on the Beach Boys. Whew. Go ahead and sell that to John Young for $18.99. Benton said he would do 50 on Tears for Fears. We'll go ahead and sell that to him for $50. David Hilton said he'd give 15 on The Doors self-titled. Go ahead and sell that to David Hilton for $15. Bob Dylan Desire is a $45 buy it now, if anybody wants it. Let's do this for a $45 buy it now. Let's put that up there. So Bob Dylan was $45. Rainbow was $55. And Led Zeppelin is $65. Now, there was one Japanese pressing that had not been shown tonight. I'll just make it a buy it now if anybody wants it. It's a $45 buy it now. This was not put up for auction. This is the Rolling Stones' greatest hits. Just a $45 buy it now. That was not put up for auction tonight. If anybody wants it, it's a $45 buy it now. Michael Nath said he would take the Bob Dylan for $45. That's sold to Michael Nath. And Shane Deaver says he'll take the Rolling Stones for $45. Michael Nath was second. Probably should have put that one up for auction. That's okay. Rainbow and Led Zeppelin are still available. We have the Motels Shock, also the Rolling Stones Goat Head Soup, $39.99. Rough Ends, Love Crimes is $16.99. That's a promo. James Talley, Ain't It Something, $11.99. And we have Glenn Medeiros. I'm not saying that right, I know, but close enough, $12.99. Not sure if I've got Primus Frizzle Fry, 45 on Dylan. Stones was 45, yep, and 50 on Tears for Fears. We have, Tony, I don't think you got a Frizzle Fry. I probably need to go ahead and pull you one in case that sells. But no, those were Primus restocks that I don't think you had. So there's you a Frizzle Fry. Tony, there's you a Frizzle Fry. Jesse Hood says he'll take the Led Zeppelin for 65. That's sold to Jesse for 65. Is the Newty covered up on Pink Floyd? No, it's still available. I'm surprised no one's bought that. It's still exposed. It's the first two Pink Floyd albums, just VG condition. You know they're probably going to sound better than that. And that's $24.99. Jeff H. said he'd give 8 on GM. Let's go ahead and sell that to Jeff H. for $8. Also, Mike Curb Congregation, Sweet Gingerbread Man, $9.99. Guitars on Fire, Nick Nantos and his Fireballs. That is a 1964 US mono, $12.99. Who wants to make an offer on Richie Blackmore's Rainbow? I was at 55 for a bite now. Mint just has a little bit of foxing on the cover and the inside of the gatefold, but that will sell us out of an entire Japanese crate. That's the only one left. That will be a complete Japanese sellout. That means we've sold them all. B Smoker said he'd 20 on Pink Floyd. I'll go ahead and usually don't discount Pink Floyd records, but that's sold to B Smoker. David Bowie was near mint, $39.99. Black RCA label, super clean copy, $39.99. Michael Word said 45 on Rainbow. What if we do 50? And that would be Meeting in the Middle. We'll see what Michael thinks. Neil Young, On the Beach. That's a rare New Zealand reissue, $39.99. Always a kind of pricey and desirable album for Neil Young. The one and only Hank Ballard. I thought this was really cool. It's an original 1960 mono, VG, $24.99. Also, Charlie Daniels Band, Million Mile Reflections, EX, $16.99 for Charlie Daniels. Also, Jackson Browne, The Pretender, VG copy, $9.99 on The Pretender. The Byrds, Fifth Dimension, that's a 66 mono in VG condition, $14.99. Jefferson Starship, Light the Sky on Fire and Hyperdrive, that's a 12-inch white label promo single, VG plus $11.99. Touré Kunda, that is EX, $14.99. Africa Folk Music, World Music, $14.99 in shrink wrap. Coven, Kelly wrote her name on the cover, but that is a VG plus $16.99 for Coven. That has 110 Soldier on it. Shelby Flint is in shrink wrap, 61 mono, VG $11.99. VG plus $16.99 for Charlie Daniels, Reelin' Rockin'. Sell that to Reelin' Rockin' and Rollin'. Also, John Lennon Double Fantasy is VG $11.99. John Lennon Double Fantasy. We have, who do we have here? This is VG plus $14.99 for Ray Herrera. That was VG plus $14.99, 64 mono Latin pop LP. VG plus $14.99. Santo and Johnny still available. VG plus $44.99. That's a 59 stereo pressing with the track Sleepwalk. Santo and Johnny. Eric Clapton Slow Hand is EX $31.99. Also, Crying Time, Ray Charles. That's VG plus $14.99. Mothers of Invention, Frank Zappa, EX condition, $69.99, 67 MGM mono with libretto booklet. It does have some seam splitting. That is $69.99. Leonard Cohen, Songs of Love and Hate, VG $16.99. Quicksilver Messenger Service is VG plus $19.99. Got my Craigs mixed up. Craig Johnson on Ray Charles. Also, Mariah Carey is VG plus $39.99. That's a 1990 US press and shrink wrap. 1990 Mariah Carey. Frank Zappa said he would give 64 for Mothers. Frank Zappa. Is this the one? I think that would be what he's offering 64 on, right? Is that true, Brian C? Let me know. Next is Miles Davis Quintet, Miles Smiles, VG plus $39.99, and Bo Diddley is VG $36.99. Any chance you have Fire on the Mountain by Charlie Mills for around the same price? I should, but I don't know where one is right now. Brian C said, yes, sell this to Brian C for 64, and Denise Coven was VG plus condition $16.99. VG Plus VG Plus condition, $16.99. Okay, I think the rest of this, the only other vintage stuff from the night that was left is right in here. They've already been through these. I don't think I recapped any of these. Let me go through these, and this is pretty much all the vintage from the night too. I think it can almost fit into one crate. Let me see here. Let's do this right here. Yeah, this is the rest of the vintage from tonight. It's all in one crate. We've sold a lot of vintage tonight all of a sudden. Everything is in one crate. Is that right? That's amazing. If so, the new vinyl leftovers are in 4 crates, but most of that is Ace Frehley. I ordered a lot of Ace Frehley. I was afraid that would be a low production record, which it is. So, but yeah, I guess I still got all those. Pamela said sunny. Now, what was sunny? And I'll let you know. Now, Sonny Boy Williamson. Sonny Boy Williamson was VG $29.99. That's a 66 mono promo. She said Santos, not Sonny. Okay, so we was not on the same page. Santo and Johnny is VG plus $44.99. Denise said MC 25. MC Mariah Carey. I cannot do that. Now, if you meant 35, I'm going to say yes, but I can't do 25. REM, Life's Rich Pageant, EX $44.99. It has a small mispress. It's a little flick of paper in the first track. EX condition $44.99. Elvin Bishop, live, Raising Hell $16.99. Michael Nath, I will sell you Sonny Boy for $25 if you want that one. Also, Kitaro, The Light of the Spirit, $14.99. This was Marcel Cellier, $17.99, white label promo. David Andernach, Close Call, $9.99. Culture Club, Shrink Wrap and Hype Sticker, $24.99. Also, King Crimson, Larks, Tongues, and Aspic, $29.99. Joan Armour Trading is $12.99. REM, I think the only reason it hadn't sold, Brian, it is $44.99 EX condition. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. I've seen this before with records. Here on track 1, right here, side 1, track 1, there's actually a little piece of paper that got embedded in the vinyl when they pressed it. When this was stamped, and you can't really feel it, and it will actually play through it. It won't skip, it won't jump, it just makes a click whenever it goes through it. And as you can see, that's probably on a couple rotations, maybe 3 or 5 at most, it's going to make a click. Other than that, as you can see, it is near mint minus vinyl, $44.99. I will entertain offers on that. I still got the Orchestra Maneuvers in the Dark LPs, which I was surprised were still available. Usually OMD stuff is gone immediately, and that has the original inner sleeve. Elvin Bishop, we also had Joan Armour Trading, David Ruffin from The Temptations, that's At His Best, $12.99. Zooberry Jam, that was a radio station comp, $14.99. And then we had a couple odd stuff in here. This was Mass, which was ambient, drone, and electronic, $9.99. Captain Beyond was sealed from 1974 on blue vinyl, $24.99. Silver Spur Orchestra, $9.99. Head Count, that was hardcore, $24.99. Tuning, Defining the Purpose, is sealed for $26.99. Let's sell Craig Thomas Mass for $7. Chris Farrar offered $8. I've already said yes to Craig for $7, which is, I guess, we usually put 99 on the end of those offers. Is right, Tanner? So $7.99, Craig, or is it an even 7? Usually, if it's 7, we have to distinguish what was an auction and what was a buy it now. So sometimes we put 99 on the end. So that is Craig. We've got that tag for 7 though. Jeff H said head count for 8. Head count for 8. 18. Excuse me. Yes, 18. Sell that to Jeff H for 18. Chris, you were second on Mass. And what was the Orchestra Maneuvers in the Dark? Tony, we had, let's see here. The OMDs we had were, we also have Ultravox. This is Junk Culture, Orchestra Maneuvers in the Dark, EX $17.99. Junk Culture, Orchestra Maneuvers in the Dark, EX $17.99. And the other one was the Pacific Age, EX $17.99. Those are both available. Let's see. We have Herb Craft, Trash Heap, Psych for $14.99. This was Initiate, $39.99. Ulver, $24.99. White Lightning Fresh Air, $9.99. Waku is $9.99. Leslie Uggams is $16.99. Rush, super clean copy. Surprise is still here. Exit Stage Left, $49.99. And OG Press, $49.99. Ego is not a dirty word. Skyhooks, $11.99. Tony said he would give $15 for junk, and Chris said $14 for Pacific Gauge. Chris, how about we make that $15 as well? Because I was going to say $15 and $15 if anybody wanted those. So Tony Shore gets Junk Culture for $15, and I have a feeling Mr. Chris Kirkley will be okay paying $1 extra for that one. If he says no, then I'll be severely disappointed, Chris. He said fair enough. Okay, 15 and 15. Any last requests from anything tonight? We had a ton of new vinyl. When I started, I had 7 crates. It's been condensed into 4. We had 4 crates of vintage, and it's been condensed into 1. So we've sold a lot of records tonight. Craig said he'd give $37 for REM. You bought it, $37 on REM. Anybody else want to make an offer on anything? Does anybody want this for $50? I was at $55. I told somebody earlier $50. That's the only Japanese pressing left. We'll have more tomorrow. Tracks on Zooberry, yes. Tracks on Zooberry. This is I Am Down, Liberation, Sing a Happy Song, Hummingbird, Lonely Texas Midnight, Karen Beller, Kingdom Come, Uncle Rainbow, Odyssey, Synthesis, The Drifter, The Bee's Knees, It's About Time, Pyramid, $14.99. That has inserts and stickers. Do you have Boston's first album? Let me see if I have a new copy of it. I should have a vintage copy somewhere. Boston, let's see. I have B's, B-52s, Bad Company, Bad Religion, Sid Barrett, Bastille, Beach Boys, Beck, Big Country, Black Crowes, lots of Black Crowes, Black Flag, lots of Black Flag. I don't have a new copy. Now, that album comes through all the time. Ryan, just be patient. That is one of the biggest selling albums of all time. It's very common. We should have it almost every night sometimes. If we don't have a Japanese pressing, we'll have a U.S. pressing of it. Brian said he would give 10 for this. Nick, I have no Saxon albums. No new ones, no vintage ones. $19.99 for King Crimson. King Crimson, I will say that for $24.99, and I would consider that a deal. This is a 73, $24.99. Super clean copy, too. That's a great album. Blackberry Smoke, Whirlpool, I don't have that. Tony, I will put you on a waiting list for Slipknot's first album. I thought I had a bunch of them, but I don't. If you're okay with a waiting list, I need to order Slipknot self-titled. That's on yellow vinyl, and they're $28.99, I believe, if anybody else wants one. Slipknot self-titled, if anybody else wants them. I'm probably going to order like 10 of them. $28.99 if anybody wants it. And Nick, I would say this for $24.99. Do you have Twisted Sister Stay Hungry MOV? That's actually been discontinued, Terry. I don't know if I had one in stock. By the way, the band, rest in peace, Robbie Robertson. I still got the band, music from Big Pink. That's a remaster for $34.99. John Duran says he'll take a Slipknot. I do have this Saxon. Denim and Leather. I forgot about this. Denim and Leather on splatter vinyl. That's $33.99 for Saxon. What else do we have over here? There's another Primus Frizzle Fry. We sold one already to Tony. There's another one if anybody wants it. Rush, Moving Pictures. Oh my gosh. Tom Sawyer, Red Barchetta, YYZ, $36.99. How much for Black Crow's first album? Let me see if I have one. I don't know if I have a copy of Shake Your Moneymaker or not. I got 72, Lions, Southern Harmony. I do not have a copy of the Black Crow's first album. I need to order more of those. That's one of our best sellers of all time. I do not have that, though. When I get them, they're like $33.99. I have an OG. You may have an OG, but do you have a 40th anniversary edition on splatter vinyl remastered? Lillian said she will take the King Crimson for $24.99. Nick passes. So we got John Duran and Tony Barrera on a waiting list for that. Sold out the Lillian for $24.99. And did Blondie Auto American from earlier sale? It should be in this bin. This is everything from tonight. So if it's not in here, then it's sold. Unless I'm missing a crate of vintage somewhere, which I don't think. It's hard to believe everything is left is in this one crate, but I guess it is. Because that's all new vinyl, right? That's new. And those are recap bins. So if Blondie's in here, did you say yes? I did say yes on that. Sherry Darnell wants music from Big Pink. That's so to Sherry Darnell. I did sell you REM, yes. Let me see if Blondie's still in here. If it's not, then it's sold. Still got Auto American. Unless that was that in a buy it now best offer bin? Nope, I don't see it. That's a yellow cover. I guess that's sold. I feel like there's a crate of vintage missing somewhere, but if so, it'll turn up later. All right. Anybody else? That was a great band album, yes. Who needs a copy of Van Morrison, Moondance, $33.99. It's Stone Me, Moondance, Crazy Love Caravan, Into the Mystic, Come Running, These Dreams of You. That's a great one. Brand New Day, Everyone, Glad Tidings. Van Morrison is $33.99 for Moondance. Sold to Kara Bauer. How much was Kinda Blue? That was VG Plus, $16.99. VG Plus, $16.99. It's a 1987 remaster. The spine is completely busted. It does have a gold stamp promo. Was the Captain Beyond unofficial? I doubt it. Captain Beyond releases a lot of stuff. No, this is Purple Pyramid. This is official, 500 copies of blue vinyl. There's a lot of Captain Beyond. It's not a bootleg. Captain Beyond live albums that are not unofficials. I still got some in our bins. I order them every time they come out. They have such awesome covers. Icky Thump. Icky Thump is right here. I still got it. $44.99 for Icky Thump. The Dodonna pre-orders. Did you get any extra? I don't think those are due out this week. If they are due out this week, then they hadn't shipped yet. If they are due out, then they hadn't shipped. Dale says I do 12. Dale, this is a brand new crate of vintage arrivals. Kind of the going rate, though, for discounts. I would sell this to you for $12, and that would be my best price. And we have Patty said sold on Icky Thump. White Stripes Icky Thump sold to Patty. Michael Marv said how much? This is $24.99 blue vinyl. It is sealed. $24.99. I still got one copy left of the Deftones. That's the 20th anniversary on red vinyl. $31.99. Let's see, what else do I have back here? I was looking for Twisted Sister for Terry Myers when I started all this. Let's see, Quiet Riot, Velvet Underground, Funkadelic, Rush, Jane's Addiction, Ozzy, John Coltrane, Depeche Mode. Still got Music for the Masses. Depeche Mode, $33.99. Michael Marth said $24.99. Let's sell this to Michael Marth for $20. Red Hot Chili Pepper, Tori Amos. Somebody asked about Tori Amos earlier tonight. There's Under the Pink for $39.99. Eric Clapton Unplugged, $44.99. De La Soul, Rush. Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Foo Fighters, Kraftwerk, Sabotage, Soulfly. Collective Soul, Fish, De La Soul, Charlie XCX, Bob Dylan, and Proto Meyer. What's back here in this bin? We have Pearl Jam, A Very Special Christmas, Run DMC, John Lee Hooker, John Coltrane, Kanye West, Metallica, Colter Wall, The Knack, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Kate Bush, Black Flag, Honky Chateau, Cinderella, Avenged Sevenfold, Audioslave, Black Crows, Riot, Van Halen, Carpenters, Leonard Skinner, Throwing Copper, Live, No or Now Yearbook, White Stripes, Muppet Movie, NSYNC, and Another Now. That is Red Hot Chili Peppers' Mother's Milk, $38.99. Which Avenged Sevenfold? We got most of the Avenged Sevenfold albums in stock. This Avenged Sevenfold is called, this is Avenged Sevenfold. What happened to it? Which Rush? You can name a Rush album, and I will tell you if I have it or not. If you name anything past Hold Your Fire, I'm going to say no, unless it is Clockwork Angels. Avenged Sevenfold, City of Evil, red vinyl, $36.99. Grace Under Pressure, don't have it. That's the one exception. There's a couple asterisks. Asterisks. What's the plural of that, Tanner? Asterisks, Tanner says. All right. Tony Brar says he'll take it. I don't have Grace Under Pressure. Tony or Tim Luddy, you're always looking for stuff that you'll be like, I have every album, and then you'll name one I don't have. I'm still waiting for you to buy a Rat box set. You just need to go ahead and buy a Rat box set, man, and call it a day. You've been trying to buy out of the cellar for 3 years now. Okay, so we sold Tony that. The Leonard Skinner was Gods and Guns, but let me know which one you're looking for, Michael, because I've got Gods and Guns, I got Second Helping, I got Street Survivors, I've got Collected. I've got a lot of Leonard Skinner, so you might need to let me know which one you're looking for. Also, Tony Barrera said that. How much is Run DMC? Webster, that is $29.99, tougher than leather. $29.99. How much for live? Looking for one more from the road. I can get a new music on vinyl pressing of that for $44.99, but I don't have it in stock. Live Throwing Copper is $33.99. Live Throwing Copper is $33.99. Do we have any other Avenged Sevenfold? I feel like we do. I just don't have an order. I probably need to show those to Tony at some point this week. Everybody's always looking for the stuff that I don't have in stock. Which Van Halen and Leonard Skinner do you have? We have Van Halen self-titled, Women and Children First, 1984, Diver Down, Van Halen 2. I also have Leonard Skinner Pronounced, Leonard Skinner Collected, Leonard Skinner Street Survivors, Leonard Skinner Give Me Back My Bullets. And I don't have, nope, that was the last crate to buy an Alvest offer. The Metallica, Tony, is one you already have, Garage Inc. Tony, at this point, I know every album you're looking for. I will promise you, if I have a new Metallica that you don't have, I will sell it to you, unless you don't have Garage Inc. See you Friday night. Michael Nath, you mean see you tomorrow night. Thursday night, Michael's trying to get everybody confused. We do have a show tomorrow night. A decent cover. We've auctioned 2 last night. We auctioned 2 of them last night. We auctioned 2 different Street Survivors last night. I don't have another one where I can go to it. We sold 2 last night. I guess Dale Sanders didn't want Miles Davis for $12. Dale, I can't do almost half off on a record new arrival, but I will discount it substantially to you. If you want it for $10, I'll probably sell it to you in 3 months for $10, but it will probably be gone for $17 by then. So let me know if you want it for $12. Let me see if there's any other comments. If not, I'm about to sign off. Do you have any Alan Parsons looking for a greatest hits? We have those almost once or twice or 3 times a week. I just don't have any right now. Don't have any right now. See you Friday. A big show tomorrow. Do you get any Melissa Etheridge? Yes, quite often. These are just all artists that pop up just whenever. You just never know on here. I wish I had everything in order, but to get all of our vintage and pre-owned records in order, it would take 2.5 years. And then they would all be out of order by the end of the week. Right, Tanner? Yeah, we don't keep anything in order when it comes to vintage. We have done the calculations, and it is not worth it. It is not worth it. Kudos to any other record store that does keep stuff in alphabetical order. That is incredible. But the way we sell records, we just can't keep stuff in alphabetical order. It makes no sense. We've done the math. The time it takes. Have y'all ever tried to put records in alphabetical order? Oh my gosh. Hours. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow night, Thursday. It is 11 o'clock. We've been live for exactly 4 hours. We're going to be back tomorrow to finish up with part 1 Thursday night. Great show lined up. I'm going to be working on more stuff tonight. That's why I'm going to stop the show. I'm going to eat, and I'm going to start pricing new records. So thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow night at 7. Be sure to tune in, and we'll see you then. Thanks, everybody, and